what happens when Howard Stern's staff asks him the questions they've always wanted answered. It's time to Ask Howard with 𝗦𝗁𝗲.
All right, your staff's got questions, you've got answers. Let's do this. Mike Morales from Howard 100 News asks,
who's on your dream A-list jam-packed Stern show? One musician, one actor, one comic.
Well, we've had Jerry Seinfeld on. I really like him as a guest. I've had Chris Rock on. I love Chris Rock. Who is a comic I haven't had on yet? I recently had Gary reach out to Billy Crystal because Billy's mad at me, and I happen to think Billy's brilliant. He's mad because, who knows, Stuttering John asked him a question or something. Unfortunately, he still holds a grudge. I'm trying to think of a comic right now that I'd want to have on. All right, but musician, I've said this before, Mick Jagger would be really great. I'd like to ask David Bowie some questions. You know, I've had Bowie on musically, but never to sit down. I don't know that he would. So that would be interesting to me to ask Mick Jagger about the process of writing songs and his life. And you said a comedian, an actor?
Actor.
Any popular actor is a good guest for our show. You know, Brad Pitt would be good for our show. Jack Nicholson would be awesome for the show. And I know Jack a little bit. I've actually had dinner with him a few times, but I don't know why. I guess he just, you know, maybe he's just old that he doesn't care. He's done it all. Those kind of classic guys who have had long careers and have been in incredible movies and had incredible roles. I mean, I would have liked to have interviewed James Gandolfini after The Sopranos because I think he was so brilliant in it. So, yeah, Jack Nicholson would be one, the Stones, and comedian-wise, who the heck is out there that I haven't spoken with that I want to? I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Gotcha.
No.
Question from Scott DePace at Howard TV.
Do you want to go golfing with me sometime?
No, I am not a golfer. And Scott is probably the biggest proponent of telling people that I didn't hit a 300-yard, what is it called, a drive or a putt? I don't know what the difference is. A drive.
Okay.
And the putt's the short thing. But I went out on a driving range, and this is what the pro told me, and this is what Jimmy told me, that I was hitting it out about 300 yards. I'm not making that up. I mean, he can't deal with it. I don't want to golf with him. I never want to play golf again because, number one, I'm sure I could never duplicate what I did.
Right.
So then he'll be like, I told you can't do it. I don't know that I could do it again. I was in the zone. No one was really paying attention to me. No one was putting any pressure on me. And I was able to whack the ball. So Scott thinks I'll get out there, play with him, and he'll humiliate me, which probably he will. I don't even know the rules. I don't even know what it is I need to do. And I would also be miserable out on a golf course. I would be sitting there the whole time thinking about what else I should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tremendous waste of time for me.
Question from Jason Kaplan. Jason asks,
everybody always dreams about being rich. When you first got rich, what was the one thing that you were dying to buy that you were finally able to get?
I never felt wealthy. I never felt that I was a wealthy person. I think like a poor person. I grew up with parents who lived through the Depression, took the worst of the Depression, had absolutely nothing growing up. When I say nothing, I mean, where's the next meal coming from? We can't pay rent, we have to move. They get shoes off a cart, that whole thing. My mother had one pair of underwear, never had a doll, never had a toy. And I have taken all of that in as if it happened to me in some weird psychological transference. So to me, my main concern making a living was, would I be able to provide for my family? Would my children be able to go to school? So being able to pay without having to worry for a house, a car, food, and for all the basics is what turned me on about being able to make a real living in radio. And I never expected to make a living in radio, never thought I would. I was shocked when I was making $250 a week, and I got the job in Detroit for $30,000 a year, and I thought my world was complete. So money wasn't the big motivating force in my life.
was there ever an impulse purchase that you went, I've earned this, I've gotten this far, I want to buy this thing?
I don't make a lot of impulse purchases. I'll buy anything for my wife. I'll buy stuff for my kids without thinking about it for a minute. For myself, rarely. A couple of years ago, I bought two nice watches, one of them being this one, and I felt guilty for days that I bought this. This is a, what is it called? I know so little about them. A Luminor, you know, Panerai. It's a good watch.
Yeah.
It's not even, in terms of watch aficionados, it's probably not that expensive, but it's more than I would spend on a piece of jewelry. And I don't make, when I started to make a pretty good living, I went out and bought a Jaguar, and I had that car when my kids were young, and that was it. You know, I don't care about cars. that was it. I'm just not an extravagant human being.
That was great. Thank you so much. I thought that was really informative.
I agree. I learned a lot about myself.
Me too.
Yeah.
When Howard Stern's staff asks him the questions they've always wanted answered. It's time to Ask Howard with 𝗦𝗁𝗲𝗿.
All right, your staff's got questions, you've got answers. Let's do this. 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄𝗿𝗱 from Howard 100 News asks,
Who's on your dream A-list jam-packed Stern show? One musician, one actor, one comic.
Well, we've had Jerry Seinfeld on. I really like him as a guest. I've had Chris Rock on. I love Chris Rock. Who is a comic I haven't had on yet? I recently had Gary reach out to Billy Crystal because Billy's mad at me, and I happen to think Billy's brilliant. He's mad because, who knows, Stuttering John asked him a question or something. Unfortunately, he still holds a grudge. I'm trying to think of a comic right now that I'd want to have on. All right, but musician, I've said this before, Mick Jagger would be really great. I'd like to ask David Bowie some questions. I've had Bowie on musically, but never to sit down. I don't know that he would. So that would be interesting to me to ask Mick Jagger about the process of writing songs and his life. And you said a comedian, an actor?
Actor.
Any popular actor is a good guest for our show. Brad Pitt would be good for our show. Jack Nicholson would be awesome for the show. And I know Jack a little bit. I've actually had dinner with him a few times, but I don't know why. I guess he just, maybe he's just old that he doesn't care. He's done it all. Those kind of classic guys who have had long careers and have been in incredible movies and had incredible roles. I mean, I would have liked to have interviewed James Gandolfini after The Sopranos because I think he was so brilliant in it. So, yeah, Jack Nicholson would be one, the Stones, and comedian-wise, who the heck is out there that I haven't spoken with that I want to? I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Gotcha.
No.
Question from Scott DePace at Howard TV.
Do you want to go golfing with me sometime?
No, I am not a golfer. And Scott is probably the biggest proponent of telling people that I didn't hit a 300-yard, what is it called, a drive or a putt? I don't know what the difference is. A drive.
Okay.
And the putt's the short thing. But I went out on a driving range, and this is what the pro told me, and this is what Jimmy told me, that I was hitting it out about 300 yards. I'm not making that up. I mean, he can't deal with it. I don't want to golf with him. I never want to play golf again because, number one, I'm sure I could never duplicate what I did.
Right.
So then he'll be like, I told you can't do it. I don't know that I could do it again. I was in the zone. No one was really paying attention to me. No one was putting any pressure on me. And I was able to whack the ball. So Scott thinks I'll get out there, play with him, and he'll humiliate me, which probably he will. I don't even know the rules. I don't even know what it is I need to do. And I would also be miserable out on a golf course. I would be sitting there the whole time thinking about what else I should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tremendous waste of time for me.
Question from Jason Kaplan. Jason asks,
Everybody always dreams about being rich. When you first got rich, what was the one thing that you were dying to buy that you were finally able to get?
I never felt wealthy. I never felt that I was a wealthy person. I think like a poor person. I grew up with parents who lived through the Depression, took the worst of the Depression, had absolutely nothing growing up. When I say nothing, I mean, where's the next meal coming from? We can't pay rent, we have to move. They get shoes off a cart, that whole thing. My mother had one pair of underwear, never had a doll, never had a toy. And I have taken all of that in as if it happened to me, in some weird psychological transference. So to me, my main concern making a living was, would I be able to provide for my family? Would my children be able to go to school? So being able to pay without having to worry for a house, a car, food, and for all the basics is what turned me on about being able to make a real living in radio. And I never expected to make a living in radio, never thought I would. I was shocked when I was making $250 a week, and I got the job in Detroit for $30,000 a year, and I thought my world was complete. So money wasn't the big motivating force in my life.
was there ever an impulse purchase that you went, I've earned this, I've gotten this far, I want to buy this thing?
I don't make a lot of impulse purchases. I'll buy anything for my wife. I'll buy stuff for my kids without thinking about it for a minute. For myself, rarely. A couple of years ago, I bought two nice watches, one of them being this one, and I felt guilty for days that I bought this. This is a, what is it called? I know so little about them. Luminor, you know, Panerai. It's a good watch.
Yeah.
It's not even, in terms of watch aficionados, it's probably not that expensive, but it's more than I would spend on a piece of jewelry. And I don't make, when I started to make a pretty good living, I went out and bought a Jaguar, and I had that car when my kids were young, and that was it. You know, I don't care about cars. You know, that was it. I'm just not an extravagant human being.
That was great. Thank you so much. I thought that was really informative.
I agree. I learned a lot about myself.
Me too.
I do Richard notes.
So he said he cries. Wayne cries every time he comes on the show. That you make him cry.
Yeah, why?
You know,
He doesn't
you
cry.
just hit him.
But
in
everyone
the
makes him
spots.
cry. I'm going to tell him.
I know.
I think the first thing you have to discuss them is that the crying loses its value. Because
Give me the list of appearances you've done in the last month where you didn't cry.
Sure.
Are you looking at the Wall of Fame? What's that? They did not fall off. They just fell?
They all fell off the wall.
Just now?
Just now.
What the hell is that all about? It's like you have psychic abilities. Come on.
No, he tried to kiss him.
Come on, Mrs. Simmons. Come on, because I got to talk to you before we go in.
Don't you know how to say hello to ladies?
Hello. I just realized I don't know how the mic is. Richard, you know, one of the things I realized is we use a headset, right, with a microphone on it, and with the hair dryer, I'm just going to have to put it on. I'll just work with me. I'll put it on in a weird way. You know what I'm talking about? I won't miss it either way.
Welcome. Are you looking forward to this?
This what?
Reuniting with Howard.
Let me just a minute. Yes, I am.
And that's it?
Just a minute. I think it's going to be refreshing.
And what are you anticipating from Mr. Stern today?
That he may find me prettier than his wife.
Would it be okay if I showed your lovely outfit?
To a who?
To the viewers.
What outfit?
Well, this beautiful dress here.
It's just something simple, you know. It's just a $6,000 simple black dress you can wear anywhere. You can wear it to funerals, to parties, to weddings. You can, you know, bring it to the side and tie it for the beach. You could, you know, wear it outside, just letting the breeze hit your skin. You can wear it, when you bring it up, you can wear it to look like Jessica Lange in American Horror Story. You can wear it backwards, and it looks sort of Grecian.
And it's versatile enough for morning radio?
It's very versatile.
All right, we'll see you in the studio.
So Richard Simmons is here. We're going to start with him. He's here early. We've got such a packed show, we had to squeeze him in early.
All right, let's
Richard?
predict how long it will be before he sits down and cries.
Oh, wait, there's a very pretty girl out there. That's not Richard.
What?
That's a pretty, pretty girl. What a pretty girl. Who is this
Did
beautiful
he take
young
his
lady?
own advice and get a new do?
Who is that beautiful young lady who just walked in? Hi, sexy lady.
Looks like Lady
All right,
Gaga.
Just come on the microphone. Lady Gaga's here. Lady Mama. All right, come over here because it's not. You're on radio, Richard. I mean, ma'am.
Lady.
Lady. There's a beautiful young lady with beautiful purple hair and gorgeous dress. Hello. What is that, darling? Hi. Just sit down because
Are
you're
you
wasting
gonna
time.
talk?
I want to talk to you. Hi. Richard, you're in full drag. How long does it take you to get in that outfit? Seriously, because you have a beautiful wig, and even your nails are done. And those are, I assume, what, like
They
a
aren't
fake
press-on
nail?
nails.
Press-on nail?
Yeah.
Did you go to a salon and get those nails?
No, I did not go. I did it in the room. It took me 5 minutes.
You press-on nail?
Yeah. You want to sit? Look.
Yeah.
Try one on.
No, I don't want to
Here.
touch it. It's disgusting.
No, come on.
No.
Let me wash it.
No.
Please, Jesus.
Yeah.
The man does not like to be touched.
When you dress in drag, why not titties? Why flat-chested? Seriously, did you give consideration to stuffing your bra?
Howard.
Seriously, to
No,
make the
this is
illusion.
not serious. This is
Not serious.
This is not.
This is pretty serious. I think this is
It's
like
not
first of all,
Halloween. What is it?
I think we're meeting the real you.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you.
No,
Thank
I really
you.
am. I've missed you.
Let me ask you something. Why would a heterosexual man like yourself, seriously, dress up as a woman? And I know, listen, I know
It's just one thing.
you're
It's just one.
heterosexual, and I know you love women.
No, listen to me. 13 million.
What?
13 million what?
That's
what
how
you're
much.
worth?
That's what it cost when they want me to do this.
No, what I'm saying is,
It cost people give me 13 million. Robin's here.
Do you have a doll collection?
Robin, hi. I miss you.
Hi,
Do you have
Richard. I miss you
400?
too.
Do you have 400 dolls in your collection?
2,200.
$2,200.
Yeah.
I was saying, here's a guy.
Where do you keep
You're
those
as masculine as anyone I know. You love girls. You want to
Can
get
you
married.
take this off of me?
Why do you wear?
What is he taking
He's
off?
taking off his jewelry and his woman's outfit. Could you take off your wig so I can put a pair of headphones on you so you can hear Robin? Oh, you,
No wonder he's
Look what I
screaming
did
so
for you.
loud.
Wow,
Come
a
on.
skull shirt. You like skulls?
Huh? I like your skull. If anything happens to you, I'm going to lick your skull. I want to own it.
Richard, I was reading about your shorts. Do you own 400 pair of those shorts? That you
Now
like
it's
to wear?
about 600 because people buy.
Are they flammable? In other words, I heard that they can light
a
on
little
fire.
purple bag.
Hold on.
Where
Richard,
is it?
Richard, focus on me.
Okay.
Put on headphones.
La 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 la. I
Give him
love Howard.
Yeah, because he's all over
I love Howard.
Now what is he doing?
Your new single is just
Hairdo.
go back to the shorts. I'll go to hairdo in a minute.
Yeah, these.
Seriously, are they flammable?
Yeah, that's why they got rid of them.
So they don't make those anymore.
Well, they make a new. Dolphin makes the new short, but it's not like this. The problem is this material is flammable.
So you have-
but don't get any ideas.
You have over
You know,
1,000
I don't want to end up being like Sissy Spacek and Carrie. Stop! I don't want to go to the prom, Mama.
You have-
Please.
Richard, you have over 1,000 pair of dolphin
Yeah,
shorts.
yeah.
And when you heard they were flammable and they weren't going to make them anymore, is that why you went out and bought 1,000 pair of
No, I don't have. No, these I've had for years.
You've had for years.
Years, and then people will clean out their garage and stuff, and then send me stuff.
Can
and then I give it to people. People say I'm dressing up as Halloween, and I send them. You know.
Right.
I need the purple bag.
Okay,
I want it now.
I have to hold your microphone.
I'll do
Somebody
it.
else get the purple bag, Gary?
Mother, daughter, mother. Where's the pictures?
Richard.
I got to show you this. This is going to bring back a memory.
What is it?
All right. First, I want you to see this picture.
What is that? I don't know what that. Oh, that's when you dress like a man.
Look.
Yeah, I remember that. That was great.
That's drag. Howard.
Do you remember that day? Do you remember that day?
I do. You were
Get me the
fabulous.
purple bag. I'm
decided
leaving.
to dress as
If
a
I
man.
don't get the purple bag, if I don't
Here
get the
we
purple
go.
bag, I'm going to go do an
What are you gonna
oldie
do?
station. I'm not kidding.
It's on its way.
What's in the purple bag that you need?
I'm just taking this off and fluff my hair so
Okay,
I can.
good. All right.
So, did you like hairdo?
Richard has a new single out called Hairdo.
This is serious.
Yeah, it's serious. It's as serious as anyone can be. What the sales must be through the roof. When I heard this, it's a rap song featuring you.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
When did you get into rap?
When did you first discover you could rap?
Well,
Look at that
I
hairdo.
just decided.
Put the wig back on.
I'm trying to find something to throw.
No.
No, seriously. Then why you have to say those things to upset me?
Stop it.
No,
You
I
look
mean it.
great.
You always have to put. There's something you always have to put
You're
down.
65. You look like you're 20.
Yeah.
Are you 65?
Yeah, I'm 65.
That is unbelievable. Do you think about death at all, or are you just one of those people that can't even face it?
Here. I watched over and over the burial of 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱.
Right.
And
why 𝗦𝘗𝗿𝗱? Were you a
because it was a
fan?
beautiful
where do you
coffin.
have that?
Right.
And she had 5,000
Yeah, where do you
flowers.
see that? Where do you get
Where do you get that?
take away his microphone? Now he has one in his headphones. That's good. Yeah.
So now I did
Wait.
hairdo.
Yeah.
I think that music is wonderful. We love music. It's our
Yes.
therapy. It makes people happy.
Who invested in this? In other words, you had to go in a recording studio. Did you put up your own money, or did some record company put up money?
No, I put up my own money.
I had to figure that.
Chris Phillips and Kathy Phillips, they do the music.
All right, here is hairdo. Let me play it for Robin, who has yet to hear it, which is unbelievable that she's the last person in this country who hasn't heard
Yeah, I don't know
hairdo.
where I've
We're ready.
been.
We're ready.
Here we go. Wow, it's action-packed.
Short, long, straight, or curly. Get something cute.
Wait.
Or curly. Get something cute. Get something girly. Short, long, straight, or curly. I'm going on tour.
Are you?
I did 29 songs I've written, and I'm doing duets. No, I am.
Duets? With who?
Long, straight, or curly. Get something cute, get something girly. An afro, a buzz cut, a French
I'm
twist.
going to throw up. Richard's coming on to me.
I know. That would be
Richard-
the last day that I would do that. I would rather be celibate and go into a seminary.
I was watching an appearance, several appearances. You've been on TV a lot lately.
Yeah.
I watched you on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
I watched you on Home Shopping Network.
I'm on JTV,
That jewelry
television.
Jewelry television.
Thank you, Robin.
And Richard, you know, you cry at the drop of a hat. And you cry.
He's going to start with me, and you all two are being quiet.
No, I want to say something to you. If you cry everywhere, and a lot of the times there's no,
I don't cry
there's no
everywhere.
actual tears.
You know, Howard,
it's
don't
become
do
a
this.
shtick. I want
No,
to
don't do
talk to you
this.
about it. I
Do
haven't
this.
talked to you in a while. It's not a put down. It's
It is,
not. It's
because
a question about
no.
your performance.
It's not a performance.
But
okay,
it is.
listen to me.
You
when
are a performer.
I just came back from São Paulo, Brazil.
I know, you dug a well
There was
for an orphan.
Yeah, let's breeze over that. Do you breeze over all the charity things you do?
Yeah, but you dug a well.
No.
You dug a well for an orphanage. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this
that
is
was very
Well,
lovely.
that's beautiful.
But this is the beginning of going
Did you
to.
dig the hole yourself? No.
No,
Stop
I
it.
just want
Sit
you
down.
know because
Sit
I get.
down. No, seriously, what happened at the orphanage?
Well, the water was contaminated.
How did you learn of this?
A friend of mine told me about the orphanage.
A friend
And
says to you, hey, there's an orphanage, they have no money,
Yes.
they need a well.
Yes.
And what does it cost to dig a well?
Quite a bit of money because you have to
In
go
other words,
300
Did you have to do
feet
this
down.
on your own? In other words, you put up all the money?
I put up all the money.
How much did it
Wow.
cost to dig a well so other people can get involved? Would you say? I mean,
$30,000.
30 grand.
Yeah.
So
But now
it's
these
very
children
gracious.
have water to bathe in. The kitchen has water to cook in. They have water to drink. But this is just the beginning. You know, you do a lot of charity work, and also your wife does.
Yes.
And there are 6 million orphans, and there's orphanages
It's
all
horrible.
over
It's
the
an
world.
epidemic, and that's why these fucks who are against abortion.
All right,
You
all
know,
right,
There's
all right.
so many unwanted children.
But
Am I
here's what-
correct?
here's the-
do you agree?
yes,
Where do you
yes.
stand on abortion? I know you're a Catholic, but where do you stand on it?
I really don't talk about politics.
You never.
No, it's just.
Do you
not.
vote?
Yes,
You always vote.
always vote.
Did you hear the Pope?
Do you
Yes.
think that was great? Is this terrific?
I think this pope's a really fabulous pope.
I'm with you.
But let me say this. I went to Sao Paulo. I built this is the beginning of what I'm going to do. I have a foundation that's called Richard Simmons and Family. And every month I'm going to do something like this.
No, this is wonderful. But what I'm saying is, and I didn't mean it as a put down, but if you cry about everything on every
My life
show,
is very emotional, Howard.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay. You sit
Are you
here.
Well, you
sad?
cried about the jewelry.
No.
Yeah,
I
mean,
cry.
You
Well, you know
cried-
what?
You cried about your new jewelry
Okay,
collection.
when someone calls up and they're overweight and they're very depressed and they say, I bought this bracelet because it says hope on it and I need hope. You've known me for decades, Howard. And you know
Is it all genuine?
It
or is some
wasn't
of it a
that
racket?
situation.
Is some of it a racket? Because I think you're one of the most
No.
honest.
I'm
going to compliment you. Out of all the exercise gurus that I've ever heard, I think you're the most effective, and I'll tell you why. You are a realist. You get a hold of overweight people, you start them out slowly, you give them hope, you hang with them, and you exercise them in a reasonable way that keeps them in the game. And you teach them about diet.
I have a lot of
really
reason.
I believe that. I'm not putting
Robin
you on.
and you know
Yes.
Robin and we've been friends for years. I call 30 to 40 overweight and obese people a day. Some of them are anywhere from 250 to 800 pounds. Now this is very emotional. This isn't like I'm calling someone who has to lose 10 pounds.
Right.
These are people that may have been abused, may have had a bad divorce, kids taken away from them, a loss of job, and now they're housebound. Now I am very, because I was overweight, this is very sensitive to me.
Hey, I heard it. You told as a child you were obese, right? As a child, were you a model for for overweight fat kids? Were you a fat kids model? I heard a story. Now tell me if it's true or false. You modeled and you made so much money. Why can't I interview you?
I'm having an asthma attack.
No, you're not. Stop it. That's a fake.
You can't talk like that if you're having an asthma attack.
When you were a child, did your mother take you to model and you made enough money that she invested the money in an apartment or several apartment buildings in New Orleans?
No.
And that you were a millionaire before you even started being an exercise guru?
I was successful doing modeling later on, and my parents said, well, you know, this was just a fluke. You need to really not spend this money. And
were you an overweight model?
I was, yeah. They were called chubby models.
And could you make that kind of money where you were doing well? I mean, because regular models don't make that much money unless they're supermodels.
No, you know, I did well, but you know, when you're overweight, it's sort of a paradox because you know, I tried to lose weight because I hated the way I looked, and I thought others hated me.
Right.
And so, what are we talking about? I'm not here to talk about that.
All
of a sudden, you're going down, ease on down the wrong road.
Why
it's like Dorothy. It's like you're Dorothy and you got Toto and you're going down the wrong.
But you can't come
I'm here to say,
you can't come in.
I love you.
Stop.
Come here, touch me.
No, I don't want to touch you.
Come here.
No,
I want to say.
No,
I've taken a shower. I've cleansed.
I don't want to touch anybody.
I went to St. Patrick's. I cleansed with holy water.
It's not you. It's just I don't want to touch anybody.
Anybody. Why is that?
Because I have a germphobe. Look. What I'm saying.
Can we just hold hands for a minute?
No. What? I've got to.
What if I spread this? Look.
No.
Wait, look.
No, I'm really not into it.
Look.
I don't care. I don't want to hold hands.
Okay.
I don't. Please
Can we
stop.
do E.T.?
Are you afraid of germs? Do you scrub? Because you shake a lot of hands.
Oh, damn Spot! Oh, damn Spot! Leave me!
You know what I'm worried about with you?
Yeah, what are you worried about? Dick Simmons here. What are you worried about?
First of all, why won't you talk about your early life and modeling?
Sometimes it's painful.
It's too painful for you?
You know, do you have parts of your life that were painful?
Absolutely.
I know them, and I'm not going to bring them up because I'm a Gentile man.
No, but I certainly am.
I came here to talk about a couple things. I came to talk about...
Yeah, but you can't just plug. It turns people off.
Listen, no, I'm not...
Listen to me.
I'm only here.
I'm not
here. I don't care about plugs.
Yes, you do.
I have hair transplant plugs. You can have them.
What's going on with that? Do you now? I read somewhere you have to spray your head.
Well, you know, I have bald spots. Do you have a bald spot?
No, I'm pretty good.
But you will one day.
You think? I don't know. I'm doing pretty good.
Listen to me, Beelzebub. One day you will.
Why did you get hair plugs? Why didn't you just shave your head?
Because I look like Annie that had been in a fire.
You were concerned about your appearance?
Let's say that a woman has an illness and she loses her hair and she looks in the mirror. And, you know, it's all about how do you look in the mirror and if you like yourself. When you look in the mirror, Howard.
Are we too concerned with all of that kind of shit? Seriously.
We are too concerned, but if you look in the mirror and a man is going bald and he doesn't like what he looks like, you know, then...
It's okay to put but it's very painful, isn't it? Where do they get the hair from?
Now it's all new. No, they
do a better job.
They go, listen to how it goes.
That's how they do it.
But you know, the only reason I get a lot of emails and tweets about this show.
No, but talk about hair transplants.
No, you're gonna wait. No, you're gonna wait. No, you're gonna wait.
I'm worried about you.
And they say to me, I'm worried about you. I'm so worried about you. You're spreading yourself too thin. You sit there with the talent people. Then you do this. Then you go to the large mansion. Everyone, did you know it takes 20 minutes for Howard to go from the driveway to his front door?
That's not true.
Hi, this is Dick Simmons for Celebrity Homes.
Are you wearing women's perfume because you have a
No,
tremendous...
I'm wearing Brute.
Wait, I'm worried about you.
You
Are
shouldn't
you
be
sad
worried
you never
about
had
me.
children of your own?
The white zone.
Come here, give me that.
The white zone is for loading. You know what?
Are you sad you never had children of your own?
I exercise children all over the country when I do classes.
Are you sad you have no partner, no love?
Because you know what it is, Howard?
Do you have someone in your life?
Let me just say this. Give me a second to put my thoughts together.
Okay, good. All right.
When I first met you.
No, do you have someone in your life or not?
I have
Tell the truth.
I have the world.
I'm being serious.
I'm being serious
so sad.
too. You find it say.
Do you like going home alone and not?
I didn't say I was going home alone. When you have 14 housekeepers.
I know, but that's
and
not...
sometimes we reenact the Last Supper. Well, you should see us. It's, you know, here's my life.
Is physical love important?
Okay, here's my life.
What about physical love?
I get hugs and kisses.
So you
Let
don't
me
care
just
about
finish my
jacking off
sentence.
or anything? Honestly.
Oh my.
I've never had that discussion with you.
Robin.
What is he get? Where is he going?
You don't care.
Have you ever been stabbed with an afro comb? Have you ever? Have you ever?
Actually, yeah, I have.
And now Breaking Bad. Oh my God, no! Howard, you're in prison.
Breaking Bad? Isn't that a great show?
You didn't see me dressed up as all the Emmy people, did you?
No.
I dressed up as him.
As Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
And where was this shown?
This was all over. You know, this was all over, but it's all about you and your radio show.
Were you on the Emmys?
I've got got a radio show. I'm Howard Stern.
Here, all right, let's talk about some things.
Okay, but here's the reason one of the reasons I came here.
Okay.
Because we have a lot of the same clients, same fans.
Sure we do.
And so
that's
I always come
unbelievable.
here.
We should have a convention together.
I always
like
come
the
here.
bronies and the...
I always come here to inspire people to perspire.
Richard.
Yeah.
Do you think about now you're a senior citizen? Do you think do you think about death at all? Do you think about
here's what I think.
Are you scared of it? Like, do you think there's an afterlife?
No. Here's what I'm thinking.
Do you believe in an afterlife?
Here's what I'm thinking. That I don't want to die.
Right.
Like no one else wants to die.
Right.
But God has this little book when you're going and when you're coming in.
Right.
And I just try to live my life.
You believe in a personal God?
I believe.
No, seriously. Do you believe in a personal God? That you're going to die and you're going to meet a guy up in the sky?
Sort of like that.
Yeah. You do believe in that?
I believe I could fly.
Do you believe that?
I believe. Can I just hug you?
No, like I know you loved your mother, and I mean, do you believe you'll go to heaven and see your mother?
You'll be reunited with her?
No, you know what my true belief is? That you have your heaven or hell right here on earth.
I agree. See? I think.
Can I come hug you?
So you die and it's over?
So no one can touch you.
I don't want to.
So
be
you're
touched.
like the untouchable. Is that it?
I just don't want to be hugged.
Okay.
And then I don't want to smell like your perfume.
Can we just hold hands for a minute?
No, I don't want to hold.
Can I
hands.
touch? Can I touch
no,
your
can I
outfit?
interview you?
How long we know each other? Do you remember? What were the years that you were back at that studio?
Oh my God! I mean, I guess
How long?
we know each other from
You
the
were
80s.
there in the
right?
early days.
Yeah, the early days.
And do you know something?
What?
I love you.
I love you too.
Let me tell you. I love your nose, your cheeks, your hair.
My nose.
I love everything about you. I love your hands, your toes.
Would you get it on with me? If I gave you the okay?
I'd rather vomit.
Is that true? Am I not your type?
No. I love you as a brother.
You would never blow me, and I could never blow you. Is that what you said?
No.
Where are you going?
No.
He's out of here.
Don't put your wig on.
No,
you know, Robin was ill. I don't know if you heard.
I prayed for Robin.
Yeah,
I talked
put
to
your
Robin.
headphones back on.
Robin, needed some time.
When
by
did he talk
herself.
to me?
When did you talk to Robin? She said you didn't talk to her.
Robin, I called you.
No, put them on so we can hear you.
I don't know how to put them on.
Let me help.
Wait a minute.
He said he called me and we talked. That never happened.
You're going to break the mic. Oh, my God.
Oh, what is he doing?
Breaking the mic. Now, Gary.
No, I called Robin. But you know, Robin.
You didn't talk to
okay.
me.
He's back on.
I called you one day at home, Robin, and I asked you out for dinner.
Oh.
You
That's
are,
true.
that
No.
was years ago, Richard.
Well, doesn't that count?
Dr. Anderson,
Wait,
is
there's a
my
couple
wife
of
going
things.
to live?
Richard Simmons has a sparkle jewelry line, which I'm aware of because I played his jewelry
His jewelry
appearance.
Did you watch
appearance, yeah.
Oh, we watched it. We played it right here on the air. We loved it. We loved it.
Well, you know, I designed all that for my mother.
I know.
And so I felt that they were pretty.
How does a guy like you, who's so fucking macho, how do you know how to design jewelry for
I'm an
women?
illustrator.
Are you?
I started as a kid. I designed something for my mother, and then I'd save my allowance money and have something made.
What do you do for fun? Do you travel?
What do I do? I love to teach. I was in New Orleans yesterday. I love
your
to
So
teach.
your work is your
class?
fun.
I love teaching.
How
I
many
love
people
making
were in the
people.
class?
That one was about 1,000. It was.
And you still keep the price low. You charge people like $12 to exercise.
At my studio. I still have my studio for 40 years now.
No, that's pretty
So
awesome.
I can't touch you. Can I touch anything that
No,
you've touched?
I don't want to. You want to touch
You know,
something?
if you want to hug Fred.
No,
Well,
Robin,
Fred.
seriously, when you see Howard, do you hug him?
Yes.
Yes, he hugs
That's
me.
different.
What's different?
What's different? She's a woman.
When a man loves a woman.
Did you recently? Were you asked to be on Dancing with the Stars?
Yes.
Why did
Why
you
would
turn
you
it
do
down?
that?
Because it's hours and hours of rehearsal, and I have people to call. I have,
You got a
I have to
busy
try.
life.
I try to save lives.
Would it be good for your brand to be on there? What are you doing?
Yes, I think so.
All right. I don't want to hang out with you like this.
Okay, how about here?
Why? Can you sit down, please, so I can properly interview you?
But why won't I can't get close to you? I feel like we're in prison.
All right. Let me talk to you
Well,
about
you
it.
know, when he's on Jewelry TV, he doesn't harass the host like this.
Robin,
You know, a lot of people.
Robin.
I'll give you a fact about Richard.
And you don't touch David Letterman or any of those people.
By the way, if you want to touch something, Sal has something he wants you to touch.
Oh, God, help us.
Do you know that a lot of people don't remember that Richard Simmons won an Emmy?
I don't remember that.
Did you know that he won an Emmy? There's a fact that a lot of people. Was that no, Sal? I don't. He doesn't want to touch that.
Sal, come here.
Well,
Oh,
no.
Come here,
God,
Sal.
don't ask Richard.
Give me a
Richard,
hug.
you're going to be sorry.
No, I'm just giving him a hug.
I love you.
What did you say?
Show Richard your penis.
No, you said I love you, didn't you?
I do love
You want to see his penis?
Did you ever hug? Did you ever hug
Do you
Howard?
want to see his penis?
Did you ever hug?
Please kiss me.
Kiss him. Kiss him on the mouth. Kiss Show Richard your penis.
Get out of here.
No, seriously.
No, get out of here.
Show it to him right now.
Okay, I'm going to count to 10,
Why?
and then I'm throwing something. No, you don't want me to throw something.
Why don't you want to see his penis?
Get out! Get out of the store!
Nobody.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Get out of here.
I thought I was looking at Thumbelina.
What do you think of that?
What do you want to answer me about?
All right, I wanted to talk to you seriously about, first of all, Project Hope. I want to congratulate you on that. I happen to think it's a wonderful thing what you're doing. The fact that you built a well for an orphanage is pretty fucking great. And so
And now I want to
applaud that.
understand this. You say, what is Project Hope?
Project Hope is just cardio and toning and my food mover that's been around for decades. It's just all a program of exercising. You know, it's all about self-worth.
Yes.
If you don't have self-worth, you have nothing.
I don't have self-worth.
But if you have self-worth...
You know what I say, Richard, now? It's self-love.
But this one
Who says that? Robin?
I say that.
Yeah.
You have to
well,
love
it's about
yourself.
if you have self-worth, you'll inherit the earth. And Gaiam put this together for me, and you know.
Let me ask you, because you're so giving, and seriously, when you do all this charity work, and even when you call people every day, at some point, doesn't it become draining? Because I've heard some people with you, especially obese people, who start to depend on you so much that, like, they can't even blame you.
You become the new addiction.
It's almost unbelievable the amount of time you have to put in with these people.
I don't mind. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Look
You
how
don't
much
feel
time.
drained, or
no,
you
look
feel
how much
energized?
time you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and get here to help people.
Why do you
know.
think a guy who was, you were beaten as a child, you got into fights, you were called names? Why do you think you're so loving and giving? If you,
I
had
think
that
I
kind
don't
of time?
judge people. I think that I love them unconditionally, and I think I want to help them because I helped me, and I haven't gained my weight back in all these years.
See, I always felt an underlying anger with you that I don't think you've ever addressed.
Anger?
Have you ever been in therapy?
You're talking about anger?
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
No, you're talking about
Have you ever
anger.
been-
Is that
have
what
you
you
ever-
want?
have
You
you
want to
ever
see
been-
anger?
No, stop.
Fine. You want to see anger? I'm going to tell you anger right now, because now you're going to see
Don't
it.
you take apart the
You're
studio.
going
No.
to see anger.
I'm going to bring Sal in with his penis. If you just screwed up my entire deal here.
Look at me.
No, your cleavage is showing.
Just tell me that you love me.
I do love you.
Tell me how much you love me. Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
A 1. A 1. I love you. A 1.
Is that true?
Oh, my goodness, I don't even think you can call that a one.
I don't.
You know, I don't
I'm
love
not
you.
loving what you're doing.
I don't love you a 1. You know what I love you?
We love the sinner, not the sin.
No, you know what I love you? I love you a 15.
You do?
Stop that, Gary.
Gary, you're going to knock us off the air.
No, we're not. I love you an 18.
All right, well, thank you. All right, now let me
Going
interview
up
you.
as
I
we
want to
speak.
talk about your jewelry line, and I want to talk about richardsimmons.com and all that other stuff.
Gary, do you love me?
I do.
Now watch this. Watch this, Howard.
Kiss him.
No, look.
Kiss him on the mouth.
Now look at that. How nice.
Wow, isn't that nice? That's nice. Well, that's nice. That wasn't hostile. Richard, you...
What is all this stuff? It's unnecessary. What is
You
this?
should take that. It's Mambo. You'd like it.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a perfume for you. I
It
bought
is?
it for you, yeah.
No.
No, it's a cologne.
Is this yours?
Yeah, it's a delicious flavor.
Hi.
It's cologne.
No, there's something wrong with this.
No, there isn't.
No, it isn't.
Wait a minute. Hey,
Were you bullied as a child? Were you bullied?
I'm going to just tell you one story that's going to make you very sad.
Go ahead. Give me a story.
When I went to the bathroom, and you close the door to go to the
mean here?
bathroom.
Okay.
No, when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
They put lighted fluid under the door and light it
Who's they?
Oh.
in high school.
The other students?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Why? Because you were...
because I was fat, because I was different, because I sang songs, because
Were you joyous as a kid, or were you...
joyous, very. My whole
when
life
kids
has
are lighting
been
the bathroom
my
on
whole
fire.
life has been, can I make somebody happy? Can I make somebody laugh?
I know you love women, and I know I know you fuck tons of broads, and that's
Yes.
your business.
You know something right
But
now.
were you
I'm leaving here.
Were you
Well,
perceived
Dick
as,
Simmons does.
as effeminate as a child?
Yeah, I was perceived more than effeminate, different, a little silly.
You didn't try to disguise when you were in high school. Did you try to tone down your natural?
I tried, but wearing my mother's heels to class.
No, you come on, be serious.
No, I was me. I always was me. There's a lot
This
of
is
people.
you.
There's a lot of people in this world that are afraid to be themselves.
Are you hosting the Pride Parade? What did I read?
No, I'm in the Macy. I'm in the
No.
the Thanksgiving Day
2013,
parade.
Richard appeared at an LA Pride kickoff party.
I went there and taught a class.
You did?
Yeah, taught an exercise class, and
Was that a great
gave a lecture about the smoking and the drugs and the drinking and how it was going to age them, and that it's okay to have a good time, but not like this. And then I said to them, you have parents that cry themselves to sleep every night because they're worried about you.
When kids would light the fire,
Under the stall door.
Did your mother was your father dead already?
No, I never told my parents.
Why?
I mean, I used to be hit with a baseball bat in elementary school in the head until I fell on the floor. But I never could tell my parents. You know
why?
what? The thing is,
why didn't you tell your parents?
Why didn't I?
Yeah.
Because, you know, my father was 50 when I was born. My mother was 38. So I didn't want to do anything to upset them.
But don't you go to a parent for protection? Don't you think that that is something, if you had a child, wouldn't you?
I had to deal with it on my own.
You did?
I had to.
And how did you deal with it? Did you fight? Did you physically fight?
No, but words are the most powerful weapon. So this guy kept hitting me in the head with the baseball bat for a long time until I just said to him, I'm bleeding. I've done nothing to you. But both his parents were alcoholics. So, you know, it's the family tree.
And you felt bad for him?
I felt very sad for him that he came home and his father was drunk. And
Did you go to college?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I began in Lafayette, Louisiana. Then I went to Florida State, and they sent me on an exchange program to Florence, Italy.
Did life get better for you when you went to college? Did you suddenly get accepted? I mean, it sounds like a horrible, horrible childhood.
Well, I mean...
Did you get accepted into college?
You find the people in your life that accept you and love you unconditionally. But sometimes you have to go through a lot of people.
Because back then, people weren't as accepting as they are now.
Yeah, well, you know what? We live in a world now that's not very accepting. I hate to tell you that.
No, it's not.
You know, I mean,
but a little more at some
you know, just a little more. It's like our country doesn't treat seniors the way they should be treated. You know, we see an obese kid and we yell at them and call them names. That's not the way to do it. I mean, last week I put like 30 kids under the age of 18 on food programs, telling them like, "Oh, are you getting bored with this conversation?"
No. I was actually,
you know, it's like
that was nice.
I'll say, okay.
I think this is the most honest you've ever been.
Yeah, no fried foods for 30 days.
Right.
Red meat once a week. You know, portions. I write everything down.
What did you have for breakfast today?
I had a little raisin bran because I had to get
move your bowels. How many times a day do you move your bowels?
Oh my!
Seriously.
Now we're getting
you don't want me to come over there, and then you talk about my bowels. Okay.
This is how he gets it.
No. I don't want to hug.
Wait. Does Howard want to see you? Does Howard not want to see you?
I want to thank Richard Simmons for coming in. I want to
Where is he?
Wait, no. For more information, Richard, I don't want to hug.
Did you see Jurassic Park?
Let me thank you first of all, and tell people for more information on the Richard Simmons.
What is Richard there for? What is he there for?
Let me do this. On the Richard Simmons Project, Hope.
Okay,
and
you can go to the website.
What?
HopeUnlimited.org.
And
that's where I'm building the wells and everything.
Good for you. And RichardSimmons.com is another place.
You know what? You're not aging.
No, I refuse.
No, I'm being serious, Howard.
Aren't you nice? Thank you.
Just a minute.
I don't want to kiss you.
I didn't ask you to kiss me.
Yeah, but you're moving in like you want to kiss.
I want to look more into your eyes, because when I'm in your eyes, it's just an ocean of love.
Oh, that is just so silly. That is so
Okay, when you're with
bullshitty.
your wife, do you say romantic things?
Yeah.
Like what?
I said something
Like
romantic to her.
what?
I said
Like what?
The other day I said, thank you for marrying me.
Okay, I asked you if I could do a charity event with your wife, and you laughed in my face the last time. I don't like people to laugh in my face. Do you want to find?
Wait.
Do you want to find a dead? Do you want to find a dead horse in your bed like The Godfather?
Can I just say something? You're spitting all over me. You must calm down.
Okay.
All right, listen. Richard, thank you for coming. I'm so glad you came. No, don't touch my hands.
Okay, here.
Thank you. No, don't touch my scarf. Don't touch my shirt. Don't touch anything on me, because I don't want to smell like your perfume all day.
I don't have perfume on.
You do.
I took a shower.
No,
I have.
perfume.
Maybe the soap had a little.
I just want to say thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah.
And I wish you luck.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, and I wish you luck with Project Hope. All right?
I want you to say one little romantic thing to me.
All right. Okay.
No, see, just a little something. It has to be long.
I told you I like you. You're a good guy. All right?
That's not enough.
That's it.
No, that's not enough.
Stop it. No, stop
Just
it.
one, I'll leave.
You have coffee breath.
I didn't drink coffee. Okay, listen to me. Look, I'm not going to touch you.
We're too close.
Okay, all right. How's this?
All right, thank you.
Wait, how's this?
Yeah, right. Stop it. All right, I'm going to end this now.
Is this uncomfortable?
Yes, it's uncomfortable.
No, just say something romantic to me.
All right, I think you're a very good person. I really,
That's not
truly
romantic.
do. I think you're a great guy.
What about my face?
What about it?
I'm saying...
What am I going to say about that
Go
face?
ahead.
That
You're,
fabulous face.
Don't say any... Oh, no, I know what you were going to say.
What?
No, I know that would be hurtful.
What?
We've been getting along so well right now. Why?
All right, I'm going to say something romantic, okay? You want something romantic? I'll give it to you. You have beautiful balls. I wish I could tongue your balls. All right, you want to get romantic? Let's go. I wish I could.
That was so unnecessary. I'm not.
You just said let's do something romantic.
Come in here and you say those things too.
I wish I could take my tongue and run it up your balls.
Gary,
is that romantic enough?
Just say something sweet about it.
What? Do you think that's romantic, Gary?
I do.
Yeah.
I wish somebody
You're
would.
in trouble.
I wish somebody would say that about my boss.
What do you think of what I said to you? Does that turn you on?
I think it was horrifying and disgusting.
Why? You wouldn't like that?
Yeah, let me ask you.
That's not wrong. You said you wanted something.
Maybe 15 to 20 minutes more therapy.
No, stop. I'm going to say something nice.
Okay.
You have a happy face, and I like that. Okay? All right. That's it.
Can I have one little kiss? Can
What?
you act like
Are
you
you
just...
insane? Stop
Wait,
it.
can
I don't want to kiss you.
Okay.
All right.
Can I have a little...
I want to thank
Can I
Richard.
have a handshake?
A what?
A handshake.
No.
No.
Would a friendly hello
He can give
do
you
it?
a fist bump.
Shut
Want
up.
a fist bump? A friendly fist bump? No, don't touch my hand like that. Stop it. You're killing me. You're killing me.
It really hurts.
You're going to make the break like 8 hours. For
Okay, let me just say this. What if I just lick your hand?
No. Richard, I do love. Get over there. Get over there.
And now Planet of the Apes.
Richard Simmons, everybody, and please go to richardsimmons.com and go to
Project Hope Unlimited.
Project Hope
to
Unlimited.
help me with our children.
All right, we'll be back right after these words. The great Richard Simmons, and thank you, Richard, for being here. I love it. I love you.
Sal, you've shown your schlong to so many people over the years. Where does this rank? I mean, what's going through?
Number one. It was amazing. What a great feeling.
Are you a little upset that you watched this?
The two greatest moments in my life is when my children were born, and showing my penis to Richard Simmons. I feel so good, and I kissed him.
Are you regretful that you didn't have more schmegma on you this time?
No, this was fine. This was just enough. And I've never had a masculine man like a macho man, look at my penis and throw something at it. It was pretty wild.
I'm going to the bathroom. Do you have to come to the bathroom?
Well, I just wanted to hear what Dick Simmons thinks about Howard Stern.
I love Howard. If he was not married, I would marry him. There you go. I would just marry him. I love him. I can't think of too many people I can say that about. It's all white, like...
Turn on the light. It'll be even whiter.
I don't know if you want to get the Eric Stoltz thing, how he was supposed to be the Marty McFly character, and then he was dropped after 4 weeks of filming.
So if I can comment on that, what I read in Rolling Stone was he was doing Family Ties and he was working on Teen Wolf. And he said he had to put the stupid makeup on every day.
Yeah.
And just so happened in the same town they were shooting Back to the Future, and Crispin Glover was a good friend of his, and they went out one day, and he said he went back to his trailer and he goes, I'm fucking in this shitty movie, and he's in a fucking Spielberg movie. And then 3 weeks later they call him and they go, hey, Stoltz is out, you're in.
Wow.
And they said they even thought about, they originally had him in mind for the part all along.
Wow.
Last thing is...
So why'd they get Stoltz?
That never is explained in the article.
Michael J. Fox is here. I just had a bizarre thought, Michael. Hey, good seeing you. What's happening?
You had a bizarre thought?
I have bizarre thoughts every 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But if the show, good to see you. If the show is about, a guy with Parkinson's, which you have.
Yeah, I'm cheating.
But there are times, well, no, you're not cheating, but I just thought about this. There are times on the show where you have to portray Parkinson's, but if you're not having any symptoms at that moment, then you have to pretend to have Parkinson's.
You have to act them. It's funny. You're the first person that's keyed in on that.
Yes.
Yeah, there are times when I have to fake that I'm symptomatic, and it's strange. It's confusing.
It is confusing because, you know, you're playing yourself in essence. You're playing a guy who had to leave television because he's diagnosed with Parkinson's, which, by the way, I would imagine most people don't even know how to react when they're in the room with you. Like, do people start acting like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sad, is it like a bizarre sort of change in life?
People that don't know me do, but people that People that know me know I'm pathetic for a million other reasons.
Because I always think of you as like your
They should be saying, I'm so sorry all the time.
Yeah, right.
exactly.
People should have been sorry before you got Parkinson's.
Yeah, they really should have been.
Yeah, were you a bad, like, I don't want to say a bad guy, but like you even dropped out of school when you were in the 11th grade.
Yeah.
Like, that's sort of badass to do something like that. When you go to your parents and you say, I'm dropping out of school.
Yeah, my father was really cool because he was a military guy, and then he was in the police department for a while, and he was a no-nonsense guy. He was a no BS guy, and he thought acting in show business was really for weirdos and fairies. And so when I went to him and I said I want to drop out of school and move to the States and be an actor, he really surprised me. He just looked at me and said, well, if you want to be a lumberjack, go to the goddamn forest. So he drove me down.
Wow. That's pretty nice. That's something you didn't expect, but, you know, fathers can be tough. I thought you were from a showbiz family. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Because it seemed to me you came on the scene really young.
Yeah, I was when I started Family Ties, I was 20. But I'd moved down to the States at 18, and I'd gone through 3 years of like the kind of requisite eating plain red macaroni and sleeping and ducking the landlord and losing my phone and all that stuff.
When you got the job on Family Ties, it was sort of a miracle, right? Because Brandon 𝗻𝗏𝗏, who was the head of the network, it was on NBC, right?
Yeah.
He said he didn't want you. You were too short. You didn't look right. This is what I heard.
Yeah.
That you didn't look right with the cast.
Well, his line was to Gary Goldberg, who produced it. Gary was defending me and trying. After hating me, Gary hated me at first,
right?
And then I got back in with him, and then he became my champion. He wanted Matthew Broderick, and Matthew wasn't available. That was the story of my life back then.
Right.
I found out about things after Matthew turned him down.
Is that debilitating as an actor when you find out the role you got was just turned down by a bunch of other people? Like, don't you want to feel special, like you were the only guy who could play that role, or you didn't care?
As long as the check cleared.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't bother me too much because I was just a punk up and coming kid, and but when Gary was fighting for me with Brandon didn't want to hire me, wanted to fire me after the pilot.
Wow.
And he said, I can't see this kid on a lunchbox.
Wow.
And so then later on, after Back to the Future hit and stuff, I had a lunchbox made with my picture on it. and I wrote, here's for you to put your crow in. and he was really sweet. He kept it on his desk for the rest of his life.
I love stories like that. Everyone who has some success in their life has a story like that, that there was always one guy who told you were never going to be successful. You mean you got as far as shooting a pilot, and Brandon 𝗻𝗏𝗏𝗏 wanted to take you out of that show?
Yeah, because I essentially looked weird. I didn't look like Bobby Sherman or.
Yeah, but in a way you did. I mean, you were this cute, young-looking guy who girls fell in love with.
What does Brandon know is what we're learning here.
Yeah, right. Isn't that so? With network executives and their thoughts.
Well, that's one of the cool things is that Brandon is considered, and rightly so, like one of the geniuses of television.
Right.
He was. But yet he thought I was no good. And then he became another champion of mine.
Well, of course. I mean, when you think about it,
it was easy once he did.
When the show went on the air, it was a hit pretty much right away. I mean, it built, but it did well, right?
Well, we were kind of like, we had a following, and then the Cosby Show came on. They put the Cosby Show in front of us, and then we were
huge.
America's second favorite family.
Yeah, and the show was originally written for Meredith Baxter Burney, who was it was really her show. You were sort of like one of the supporting characters,
right.
And not only did you become not only did you get the job, but you became the central focus of the show. It became your show.
Yeah.
So at what point does Brandon 𝗻𝗏𝗏𝗏 walk into the dressing room and say to you, "Man, was I wrong about you? Please forgive me. I am embarrassed."
Well, he was so great. He was such a nice guy, and he came in about 84.
Oh, I love that.
And he really and then we would have lunch all the time, and he was just such a great guy. He started in Chicago, I think, doing like theme packages for doing the programming on a local station, and like having Gorilla My Dreams week with all the Gorilla movies, and he was a carnival guy. He was a real show business hustler.
And this guy Gary David Goldberg, he is that his name? Gary David Goldberg? Yeah. He what a great guy. When a network president says, "I want this kid off the show, get him the fuck out of the show," and then he sticks by you, man. I mean,
Gary's amazing. Gary just passed away this summer, and he was an amazing guy. And
how old a guy was he that he died?
Was 68.
What did he die from?
He had brain cancer.
Wow.
It was really quick. He felt ill last Thanksgiving, and then he was gone by the summer.
Were you close with him even to this day?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah. I in fact, did the kind of controversial memorial thing at the Emmys. I did a tribute to him.
Yeah, I didn't stick all the way through the Emmys.
No, it was I mean, I did one of those tributes, and it was to my great friend, but it was a bummer. It was kind of like, the Emmys, and then every 10 minutes just when I got rolling, and and funny, then one of us would come out and say, "My friend died."
Right. Yeah, it was a weird show like that.
It was a little weird, but I was happy to get the chance to talk about Gary, but it was a bummer.
Are you nervous going back on network television in the sense that, like, the ratings game? That
I've been pre-disastered. I mean,
what do you mean?
I mean, I'm used to the like a long time ago. I was talking to somebody about you know. After my diagnosis, I was trying to figure stuff out, and I said, "I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop." And they said, "Idiot, you have Parkinson's. The other shoe already dropped."
Yeah, right. The shoe dropped.
The shoe dropped. So
both shoes have dropped.
Buck up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Were you angry when you first got your diagnosis? Like, I would be. This is not supposed to happen to me. I'm on a major role in my career. I've got a great wife. I've got a family. This just doesn't happen to me.
Yeah, I had that reaction. I had that, like, no, let me come back in the room and deal with the fact that I'm Michael Fox, that this isn't happening to me, that I'm not an 85-year-old man.
Right.
And the way that he put it, too, when I was diagnosed, he said, he told me I had Parkinson's, so I'm dealing with that, and then he said, but don't worry, you have another 10 good years left to work.
Yeah,
and I was 29 years old.
Right, unbelievable.
Wow. So that was 20-something years ago. So.
And you know, and people, like, right away, when you came out with it, I remember some people were angry you didn't tell people right away. Everyone had judgments to make. I don't know why. And then they decided too that this guy's going to be dead in a year. You don't die.
Right.
You just have to live with the symptoms, I guess.
It was really strange because everybody had an opinion about it, and that kind of really helped me because I realized how bullshitty that was.
Right.
That the only opinion about it that mattered was me.
Yeah.
And it was funny too because I testified in front of Congress about funding for Parkinson's and really early on and I didn't take my medication because I wanted them to see what it does to a person.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people had opinions about that. How dare he not take his medication? And I thought, how dare I not take my medication? What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, what's it to them?
Who do you have to do with
the guy I got pissed off at was Rush Limbaugh, and I was so angry because you were. I remember the story was. It's been a while. You were endorsing a candidate. I think it was a Democratic.
Yeah,
candidate.
I was endorsing a thing, pro stem cell. So whoever was pro stem cell.
Right, and thank God you were. I mean, when George Bush was president, and this ridiculousness and restrictions on stem cell, I said if this guy had a son or daughter with Parkinson's or a major disease, he'd fucking want stem cell research.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the same argument with abortion. Yeah, if his little girl got knocked up or raped, he'll squire away somewhere and get her an abortion. Don't worry about it. You know, it's all hypocrisy. But Limbaugh went on the air, and he blasted you because he said, "Oh, in the TV commercial, you were putting on your Parkinson's."
Right.
Now, you're a classy guy because you really acted like it just didn't bother you. But I bet in private it did.
Well, I mean, it's like he was just being a bully. The thing about it is he wasn't smart about it. Anybody can say anything, and I'm entertained by it if they're smart about it.
Right.
And there's some humor with it, but this was just like the worst part of it was, come after me all you want, but don't like get on camera and shake and I mean that's somebody's mother you're making fun of.
Right.
It's not me. It's and I just viewed him as a bully and just ignored him. But
have you ever run into him?
No.
No.
We don't travel in the same circles.
No. But, you know, it's funny, like in the show business, you run into people, you know, because you're at events and things. I mean, I don't know.
Have you ever run into Rush Limbaugh? Nobody knows where he hangs out.
Have you? I've not run into him.
You've not?
No, I don't know where he.
No, I wouldn't. Listen, who do I run into? You had ran into like years ago in the street somewhere. You were like buying a hot dog or something. I don't know what was going on.
My favorite story about you is that my son, who's now 24, when he was 10, he was a big Magic fan, and so we went to see Penn and Teller at the Beacon, and it was his birthday, so he had a couple little friends with him, like 4 or 5 little friends, and you were sitting behind us.
Oh, that's right.
So somehow I got better tickets than you, which was amazing.
You had great seats. I was jealous.
But you were behind us, and then afterwards, all the kids were saying, "How much did it cost you to get Howard Stern to come to Sam's birthday?"
Yeah. Look at me. I'm like when you hire the Muppets or something.
Yeah,
it was so weird. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, that was like 100 years ago. There's a couple of things I got to ask you about your career before we talk about your new TV show. So when you were doing Family Ties, while you were doing that, you got the job to do the movie Teen Wolf.
Right.
Right? You're doing Teen Wolf, but you had auditioned for Back to the Future, and you didn't get the part in Back to the Future. Eric Stoltz did, I heard.
Yeah, well, what happened, I didn't audition for it. They'd come, I didn't know this, but they'd gone to Gary Goldberg, and asked if I could get out of the show to do Back to the Future, and he said, "No, are you crazy? We're on a roll, and I can't give him up." And I didn't know about it. I didn't hear about it. In fact, the only connection I had with the movie was I was shooting Teen Wolf in Pasadena, and location scouts came for Back to the Future to check out the locations of the same street that we were shooting on, and I knew Crispin Glover, who I had been on our show, and I knew he was in this movie, and I was really pissed that Crispin had this great Spielberg movie, and I was wearing all this hair on my face, doing essentially a metaphor about puberty.
Right.
And
were you pissed about doing Teen Wolf? Did you like doing that movie, or did you think it was crap?
No, I went into it with my eyes wide open. I thought it was really low budget, so I thought we were doing good for the budget we had in it.
Why did you take that movie? Because you were on a major role. Your sitcom was huge at that point. Why did you take Teen Wolf? Just because you wanted to break into movies? You wanted to break into a movie.
Yeah.
And so you did it. It was a big hit.
Yeah, it was a hit because it followed Back to the Future. I mean, it's hard to figure it standalone, but
right.
But yeah. So what happened was, then they shot with Eric for 5 weeks, and I guess it just didn't work. They weren't getting what they wanted.
Those stories are so weird to me. They shot for 5 weeks with Eric Stoltz, who's a good actor, certainly
Great
capable.
Actor.
What do you think went wrong on Back to the Future with him?
I just don't think he was cheap and goofy enough. I just think that I have no shame, and so I was willing to do the eyeball rolling and the double takes and the.
Spielberg must have had. Someone told me Spielberg had you in mind when he was going to do Back to the Future.
Yeah, and they went to Gary, and Gary wouldn't let me on. And then they went back to Gary after shooting 5 weeks with Eric and said, "It's the last half of the season. We're shooting mostly at night.
Right.
Can we jam together all the night shoots so he can do Family Ties in the daytime?"
Can you
Back to the Future at night?
Can you imagine if Gary hadn't given permission to do Back to the Future, which is just such a pivotal part of your career? I mean, it was huge. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, maybe that's why you remain friends with him.
I never would have known. I never would have known because
he never would have told you. I could never hold you back. Like if I was in Gary's shoes, I couldn't live with myself if I held you back from doing a Steven Spielberg movie.
I think he was happy to have the second opportunity. I think he was happy to have the second opportunity to let me do it.
Because he should have let you do it in the first place, shouldn't he have?
And I mean, it's hard to say because he had been waiting a long time to have a hit show, and so I mean, it's tricky stuff. And
why do you think he never told you?
Because he didn't want me to be disappointed.
Right, because it would have broken your heart that you weren't in a Steven Spielberg movie.
It would have upset me in a way. I mean, I would have still been grateful to Gary for the opportunity. And what I said to Gary was, I won't let you down. I'm not going to do this movie and have it do well and then bolt.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to stick around, and I stuck around for 7 seasons.
Yeah, you did, which was really good of you, because after a success like Back to the Future, and it's a franchise picture, and probably at that point in your life, when that movie comes out and it's huge, everyone in Hollywood probably wanted you for films. Most people would have done a really scummy thing and split the TV show.
It never occurred to me because Gary was just so good to me, and it was.
I remember even thinking, like, what the hell is he still doing on that show? Like, he could be
there's a big movie star on TV.
Yeah, right, yeah. What's he doing, you know?
Yeah, I had to delay running my film career into the ground.
What do you mean? Did you run your film career into the ground? Do you think you played it wrong?
What happened was I got muddied by my diagnosis.
Yeah.
I panicked and signed a 3-picture deal, and then didn't have a choice of movies I wanted to do. And
you mean you got the diagnosis of Parkinson's? You told you have 10 good years, and so you said to yourself, "Shit, I better do as many movies as I can right now and pack it in." Yeah,
and then I realized that wasn't the best strategy. But I was never one of those guys that, like, people talk about their career.
Yeah.
And career. I mean, I was an actor. I was a schmuck.
Right. You didn't think it all through.
Yeah,
Was it some master plan?
It was like if I was smart, I wouldn't be telling Mallory to get off the phone.
Yeah. But if you. You know, in a way, look, we all don't know how much time we're going to have with anything.
Right.
So the Parkinson's forced you to make a bunch of quick decisions.
Yeah.
I'll grab everything I can at that point. Because of the position you were in, you probably could have taken your time and picked and chosen a bunch of different things. But I remember a couple of really good movies after Back to the Future.
Yeah, there were some good movies.
Yeah.
It was a strange time because, like I said, the guy told me I had 10 years left to work, and I didn't know.
What a terrible thing to go through.
Well, it was funny. It was like being the analogy I was making is it's like being stuck in the middle of the road with cement feet, and a bus is coming, and you don't know when it's coming, and you can hear it, but you don't know when it'll be there, and you don't know how hard it'll hit. And then I realized it was stupid to I mean, eventually over time I realized it was stupid to be waiting for that. That I just go on with my life.
But you didn't know that then. I mean, how would you know? They described this sort of weird sentence. You're gonna like, who knows? This is gonna screw you up. It's gonna happen, and so right away you panic. Did you go into therapy right away? I'm talking about psychotherapy.
A couple of years later, I did.
You waited a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, I quit. It's hard to explain. My first reaction to it was to start drinking heavily.
Did you?
I started.
What's heavily?
Well, I mean, I used to drink to party, but then I was drinking. Now I was drinking alone and just drinking to just not be
every day.
Every day.
So you were self-medicating.
Yeah, and then I quit that, and then.
How did you quit it? Did you go to AA?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. So you went to meet, like someone said to you, look, it's getting out of control.
Yeah.
And you probably were like, well, who the fuck cares? I've got Parkinson's and my career is.
Well,
like...
no, I mean, all I had to do was put it in context of my family. I had a young son, and I was married, and I didn't want to screw that up, and so then. Once I did that, then it was about a year of like a knife fight in a closet, where I just didn't have my tools to deal with it. But then after that, I went into therapy, and it all started to get really clear to me that.
What did you learn in therapy? Like, well, how did it get cleared? Like, hey, this isn't a death sentence, and I can have a life.
And it's just one, just take one day at a time. Just whatever happens, don't project. Don't. And the other thing is like when you said to people like, they don't know how to act.
Right.
After a while, I figured out that it doesn't matter. I'm just who I am.
Were you embarrassed at first? Like when you couldn't control your body, when you couldn't control, let's say, your handshaking or something, were you embarrassed or ashamed?
No, I was just frustrated.
Frustrated, yeah. When you were sitting out on the sidelines, like, okay, so you decide, that's it, I can't act anymore. You walked away from show business. Was that torture for you? I mean, because you love acting.
Yeah, it felt kind of like, it just felt helpless. It just felt unfair in a way, but I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Well, helplessness is the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
Like, when we feel, we're under some sort of magical illusion that we're not helpless, and then it happens, and you just fucking choke, and you go, I'm in a situation now where I'm useless. I can't do anything about it.
And that's when it happens. That's when it gets better, because then you realize I don't have any control over this. I don't have, and so fuck it. just be happy for what's going on, and then things started to really turn the other way. Then I got my marriage got great, and my career. I started to.
Why did your marriage get great? Because all of a sudden you realize, wow, this person really has my back. She's like with me.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I really appreciate her for maybe the first time.
And people have this
Did
idea.
you expect that she was going to take off the moment there was trouble?
I didn't know, but she said she was in, and then I didn't believe that she was in.
Right.
And then it became clear to me that she was definitely in. She had my back, and she's been amazing. People have this image of her that she's like this rock, and she's not. She's not like this stoic champion. She's like this cool chick who like could have bolted, but she didn't.
I think that's what people don't get about relationships. Yeah, especially guys in Hollywood. You realize that there's tons of women out there and trading in and all this. But if you have a woman who really cares about you and loves you, there's nothing better than that.
And last year, your joke's the 19th time around. We make the same joke, and Tracy says, I'm on a loop and it's getting shorter.
How's this affected your kids when they saw you going through this in your life? Because, you're sitting at home going, shit, I'm a major fucking actor. And now I'm like in self-retirement, and I'm a young guy.
Well, my son was really young when I was diagnosed.
Yeah.
And my daughters were actually, my twin daughters were now 18. When they were born, that was when I was on the upswing, when I was feeling good, and it was so cool because it was one of the big decisions with Tracy and I was whether to have more kids.
Right.
And then we had more kids, and it turned out to be twins, and it was just like this great affirmation. It was like, well, cool. And then they've grown up with it their whole lives. And I have an 11-year-old, and so I'm just shaky dad.
Right. They just know you that way.
If you ask them to describe me, I think one of the last things they'd say was I had Parkinson's.
Is it physically painful, or is it just like, I mean, I don't know much about the disease, honestly.
It's not physically painful like itself. I think if I have a rough day and I'm like contorting into strange positions after a while, and my muscles kind of like complain. But
right.
All in all, I mean,
is it exhausting?
It can be.
Right.
But everybody. The thing that I learned, and the thing that I like about the show, is that it's about the fact that everybody has their own bag of hammers. Everybody has their own thing.
When you decided to come back and do a TV show, were you worried about your health? Were you like, you know what, man, this is going to be a grueling schedule too? Because doing television on that level, and you're the star of the show.
Yeah, I was a little concerned about it, but I thought about it. I've been doing like The Good Wife and other shows. Dennis Leary's show I did.
Yeah, Dennis Leary's your good friend.
Yeah.
How close are you with him?
I've known him for quite a while.
Yeah, good dude.
How'd he get to be your friend?
Yeah, well, how come I'm not your friend and he is, really? I mean, don't you think I should be your friend?
Yeah, you're
really.
my friend. You're my friend.
Yeah, but
I just known him for a long time from how do I know him?
Yeah, how do you guys hang out?
He
Maybe you don't know him. Maybe you just started hanging out.
Maybe it isn't Dennis at all. Maybe it's some other guy.
Like the wives get along and then you guys all get together and you go on vacations and
his
things?
wife is fantastic, yeah. And we do go on vacation.
Like you having a bromance?
Yeah. Well, we flat out have sex.
Oh, you have sex? Oh, you actually it's gone further.
And
your wife doesn't consider that cheating because it's a dude.
No,
it's a guy. Right.
I heard the weirdest thing. That you were in some, and forgive me for not knowing the details entirely, but early on in your career, you were in some, I don't know, indie movie or something, and almost everyone who was in that movie, I think you shot it in Canada, has Parkinson's.
It was a TV show I did in Canada called Leo and Me, and like 5 people. But believe it or not, from a scientific point of view, that's not significant.
You don't think so?
Well, I mean, it is from a personal point of view. And
wait a second. Everyone on Leo and Me who was in that movie or whatever it was, TV show, has Parkinson's?
5 people out of a crew of however many, and it's definitely like something.
Don't you think
it's interesting? But it's just a coincidence.
Don't you think you and I should go study that and maybe do something scientific with that?
Well, we thought about it, but from a scientific point of view, it doesn't constitute. But yeah.
Me, you, and Dennis Leary, we'll go in a lab and we'll figure out what's going down here. Maybe we'll come up with a cure. You know what I mean? Stop bullshitting around.
Those 3 scientists will definitely crack the case.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Are they getting any closer to a cure? I know you raised tons of money. You raised something like $380 million for Parkinson's research, which is awesome. And I'm sure people do appreciate that a lot. Because everybody knows somebody with Parkinson's. A lot of people have it, right?
Yeah, well, it's over 1 million in the States, and God knows how many worldwide. But
are they any closer to finding a cure?
Yeah, we are. The thing is that I kind of learned when I got into it is that the whole system is screwed up.
Yeah.
And so we had to kind of reinvent the way it's done.
Because people don't talk to other people, scientists don't share research.
It's like silo. It's like academic piles on top of government piles on top of pharmaceutical, and it goes straight up and it doesn't go forward.
So frustrating, right?
So we're trying to find a way to tip the silo over, make it a pipeline, and get information moving through. And we're really doing a lot of.
I mean, I'm no scientist, as you know. I was fart man. But it seems to me, if we got all these guys talking, and these stem cells seem to do something. It seems something.
And there's stuff like gene therapy, and the other thing that we're doing is gathering information that wasn't gathered before. We're trying to find a biomarker so that we can identify, because by the time I was diagnosed, 85% of my dopamine-producing cells are gone by the time I show symptoms.
Wow.
So if we can figure out a way to figure out who's going to have it before they have symptoms, we can find a way to retard progress. And
right. If they could have identified that even in terms of you being an infant, if they could identify that, then you probably never would have symptoms.
Right. We find a way to treat it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I got to invent that.
Yeah, we're working on that. So we'll bring you in. We'll bring you in to close to the closing strokes.
Imagine I invent a cure for Parkinson's. Boy, I'd probably go down in history.
Finally, people would accept you.
So the 𝗦𝗁𝗄𝗿𝗱 Show. Did you want to call it the 𝗦𝗁𝗄𝗿𝗱 Show, or is that a little intimidating?
It was a default thing. It was just like anything we called it, people went, "Oh, that's the 𝗦𝗁𝗄𝗿𝗱 Show."
Right.
So we figured,
yeah, might as well go with it.
Might as well go with it, and I think they figured like they're paying for it, so they might as well call it that.
What are we looking at in terms of competition? Anything major?
2.5 Men.
You could beat them. Hey, wait a second. That's sort of weird. 2.5 Men. Yeah, they're ready to be knocked off, right? You can do it. You're the king.
I have a hard time thinking of TV as a blood sport, but it is a blood sport.
It is.
So I might as well get used to it.
Oh, it's awful.
And so we're at to kill them.
Will you check the ratings the next day?
Yeah, I'm actually going to be traveling, but I'm sure they'll call me and say, your career's over.
you're out. Remember that retirement you took? Well, you're back in it.
You've done yourself what Parkinson's couldn't do to you.
Yeah. And they shoot this thing like you got to memorize a whole script every week, right?
Well, but we shoot one camera film, so
do.
We take each scene as it comes on and then knock it off, and we don't do it again. Whereas like with 4-camera film, you rehearse it all week. And
who's your lead in? The Voice?
Our lead in is going to be Sean Saves the World.
Sean Saves the World? Does that do well?
It's new.
Oh, it's new.
Yeah, I was going to say nobody knows what that is.
You got to follow The Voice.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Well, I'll make some calls. I know all of them. They love me over there.
Once you get the Parkinson's thing figured out, then
yeah. First let me straighten out your TV career. That's way more important than curing Parkinson's.
Yeah, it is an immediate concern.
Does Parkinson's make reading really difficult when you have to read your script every week?
It makes reading the newspaper hard in the morning. It's like rattling and.
Oh yeah.
But you get used to it. I mean, you just.
What a challenge. Sex still good?
Sex is great.
That doesn't ever get affected.
No, that's. I mean, the only thing I always say, the only thing about sex is deciding who's going to be the agent of motion.
Yeah, who's moving faster?
Yeah.
But yeah, right. You get some new moves, I guess.
Yeah.
And what about the kids? Are they going to be?
Do that again? I can't do it again.
That just happened. That was spontaneous.
That just happened.
Yeah. Do the kids want to be actors?
My youngest probably, but my older ones now. My son Sam is got a job in kind of quasi real estate, And
he's doing real estate.
Well, he works for a company called One Fine Stay, which is sets up luxury houses for people that travel. So if you got a big apartment on Fifth Avenue and you want to stay in London, and they'll hook you up with an apartment in London, and you can rent your apartment in New York. And
are they afraid they're going to get Parkinson's? There's a biological component, right? That can be passed down genetically.
They don't
have it. They don't
have the gene. We know about a few genes that 𝗦𝗫 and alpha-synuclein, and they don't have.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. So the show goes on. I hope it's big and successful for you. You're such a good guy. I mean, it would be great. And you, and so let me get this straight. It's the Michael J. Fox show, but it's about you as Michael J. Fox leaving show business and then having to raise a family?
Well, it's about me as a character named Mike Henry, who's a news guy. We wanted to find a way to be famous, but not be like ultra famous. And like in New York, people know their local Chuck Scarborough, whoever. They love the local news guys, and they're kind of revered.
Yeah.
And so he's one of those guys. And the story is he was doing that. He got diagnosed, and like me, he said, "Oh, I got to change everything." So he left his job, and then 5 years down the line, he's like, "What am I doing? I'm driving my family crazy. I'm at home. I'm not doing anything.
Right.
And I might as well do my old job." So he goes back.
Oh, so he goes back.
Yeah.
Was NBC nervous hiring you because they were afraid you were ill or it wouldn't go over because you had an illness?
I'm sure there's some insurance issues, but
are there really?
I mean, I'm sure that they had to.
Yeah.
They had to buy some insurance, but no, they were great. They've been great to me.
That's great.
And the great thing is, like, as long as I play a guy with Parkinson's, I can do anything.
Right.
I just can't play a guy who doesn't have Parkinson's. I can play any kind of guy.
You could be Batman with Parkinson's.
Yeah, exactly.
I watched that. I don't give a shit.
I can be Hamlet with Parkinson's.
What an idea. Michael J. Fox. Check it out. Oh, here, a couple of people want to talk to you real quick. I don't know. I heard you had a timeout, so I have to make sure I hit that. Scott, go ahead.
Time limit.
A time limit, yeah.
Hey,
yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Howard, it's great to be on. I recently got diagnosed with Parkinson's, and I was in the pesticide industry for about 15, 20 years. And I was wondering if Michael J. Fox's foundation has done any research on that.
Don't you think that everyone who gets it, the part of the process you go through is like, okay, now I got to figure out what caused this.
Why.
Yeah.
Was it the movie? I mean, you probably went, hey, wait a second, that movie, that TV show I did in Canada, everybody got Parkinson's. Or you start to go, I work in the pesticides. The point is, you'll never know.
What, I didn't hear him say. What industry did he work in?
Pesticides.
Yeah, I'm not an expert, but I would say that probably has something to do with it.
Scott, let me ask you a quick question. Were you in the TV show Leo and Me at all?
No, but I tell everybody the best part about Parkinson's is you ain't got to try to whack off. It just does it for you.
Is that true? When you beat off?
He's going to sit and forget it. Well, you don't control the rhythm, so...
it's probably like being with a woman. It's like you can't control your own masturbation.
It's like a bad hand job.
Is that really true?
Yeah.
When you masturbate, your hand just goes out of control?
Well, I don't do it with the frequency I did as a younger man, but
right.
but yeah, it just goes. I'm saying.
That's crazy.
It's like brushing your teeth.
That's a whole new thing every time.
Brushing your teeth, you just kind of lock it in a position and then it goes.
I heard a beautiful story that Muhammad Ali called you personally.
Yeah.
I don't know how many years ago that was.
That was about 10, 15 years ago.
10 or 15 years ago. And he said to you quite simply, we'll get through this together.
Yeah. He said now that you're in the fight, we'll win. And it was just an amazing moment.
Yeah. I would cry. The story gives me the chills.
I did cry.
You did, yeah. I can see that. I mean, what a gracious thing for him to do.
Yeah, he was amazing. I've met him and been with him many times since, and he's really in rough shape now. But
he is.
Yeah.
But don't you think he got his Parkinson's from the fight game, from getting? Well, but again, you don't know.
It definitely had. I'm sure that kind of getting punched in the head by Joe Frazier can't be good for you.
No.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like you say, do I wonder what? I personally don't wonder what caused it. It doesn't serve me.
Right.
I got other stuff to do.
I get into the blame game with all my stuff, all my personal shit that doesn't go right in my life. I have to find something to blame because I think it gives me control.
Yeah, and that's a big lesson for me. Was like I said before, was realizing that I'm along for the ride. So the thing is to make the best out of it, and I'm able to do this thing with the foundation and give people that have it some assurance that someone's doing something.
Do you want to talk to?
And it doesn't really matter how you got it. You got it.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to talk to Eric, the actor?
Yes.
All right. All right. Eric, please don't go on and on. Make a statement and that's it, or a question.
I just have a question. I was wondering if Michael J. Fox thinks that there will be more and more characters in movies and TV shows with disabilities anytime soon.
Yeah, we've gotten Eric a whole bunch of roles. He's in a wheelchair and stuff. We've landed him a few parts. So
that's great. Well,
he sees this as Eric. What do you want a part on?
This is a stepping stone.
This is a stepping stone for Eric now that Michael's on a regular television series.
Well, I mean, I hope so. I mean, I think look, what I think is cool is that we should not only should there be more actors with disabilities in shows, but they shouldn't play the soft piano music and do it in slow motion and get all. I mean, people with disabilities can be assholes too.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's why I treat Eric like an asshole. Right, Eric?
Eric is an asshole.
Yeah, right.
He
it's
acts
great.
like an asshole.
I love people say, why do you love him? I said, because he's a regular guy. That's it. Eric, I'm working on getting you in the James Caan show. Forget about it. I don't think Michael's looking for you. One last question from Mike in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Michael J. It's an honor to speak to you.
Thank you.
Do people with disabilities want to befriend you and stuff now? I mean, like they come up like they think they should be your friend?
Well, they are my friend.
They are your friend. Everyone is your friend.
Everyone's my friend. It's easier that way.
I like how everyone calls you Michael J. Fox, too.
Yeah.
Like, no one just calls you Michael.
Except in Thailand. When I was in Thailand, they called me Micro J. Fox.
Micro J. Fox.
Micro J. Fox.
I can't say the X, huh?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike. What's up?
Hey, Mike, I'm wondering if you ever looked into deep brain stimulation, and is that an option for treatment for you? My wife worked in a center that did that kind of stuff.
What is that, brain stimulation?
Yeah, it's where they implant electrodes in your brain, and they kind of syncopate with a misfiring of your
Would you do that?
Well, I have not done it because on my best day with medication, I'm better than that. But that's a great thing, and it's helped a lot of people, and it really is. It's a remarkable thing, and I don't rule out doing it. I did a brain surgery when I was younger.
Oh yeah, I remember reading about that you did brain surgery.
And they kind of burned a lesion in part of my brain to retard the symptoms on my left side.
Did it work?
It did, but it didn't stop the progression on the other side.
Yeah, right.
And so I don't want people in my brain too many times. When the air hits your brain, it's a weird deal.
Yeah, it's scary. It really is.
We know somebody who had that, Howard.
Who?
Paula Schneider.
Oh, she did? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she has one of those implants.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a cool thing, and you have kind of like a little chest pack under your skin, like a pacemaker.
Wow.
Like a battery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen.
Hey, brother, you're an inspiration to people everywhere, Michael. I want to thank you for
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
You're an
Michael.
inspiration too, Howard.
Yeah, he's okay. I'm more of an inspiration, though. Let's be real. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
I don't like when people don't compliment me. Well,
It's this other
anyway,
guy.
Michael, it's so great seeing you. I wish you a lot of luck with this show. The show is called The Michael J. Fox Show. You must tune in. It's a show that deals with Michael.
And Tracy, there's 2 episodes.
Tracy's in it?
Tracy's in one of the episodes, the second episode that airs on. We have 2 shows on Thursday night, and she's smoking hot. She plays the sexy neighbor, and she's.
But you didn't. Tracy could have played your wife in the show.
Right, but then we'd be doing that at work and then going home and doing that in life, and it would just be.
Was there any thought that you said, hey, you know what, it wouldn't be bad to get some hot chick to play my wife so I can end up in a couple of fucking bedroom scenes with her? I mean,
I didn't go through that thought process, but I was happy to have Tracy on the show, and I asked her if she wanted to do the show.
Right.
And she said, no, it'd be easier not to, but could she show up and do a cameo every now and then? And I said, yeah, great. And we wrote this part right away of the sexy neighbor who comes on me, and.
Oh, no kidding.
And she was great.
Hey, Tracy looks pretty good, man.
She's smoking hot.
Yeah, she really is. She keeps it together.
She's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't care how good she is. If she hit the wall, you'd have to unload her. She kept herself together, right?
She's amazing.
She really is amazing.
Yeah, she's a great person, but it doesn't hurt that she's the hottest.
Yeah, and you went through the shitty period in your marriage too, right? Where you
early on when I quit drinking and.
Did she give you the ultimatum? You quit drinking?
No, what was cool about it is she just looked at me like, "Is this what you want? Do you want to do this?" And it was like indifference, which was worse than being pissed.
Right.
And worse than being upset. It was just like.
That is a cool way to approach a person who you're married to, like rather than like start moralizing and telling them what to do. Just like, hey, is this really the way you want to go?
Yeah, it's just because our paths will diverge.
Yeah. Anyway, listen.
It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, your co-star.
Do you stay in touch with the people from the old series?
Yeah, we unfortunately the last time we got together was because Gary passed away, but we stay in touch.
Do you?
Yeah.
I figure everyone, like, after a show, you just say, hey, fuck you, I don't even want to see you anymore.
Just leave them.
Any project I'm ever involved in, no one ever seems to want to get together. Your co-star in your new TV show is the woman who plays Hank's wife in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Has she told you how the show is going to end Breaking Bad?
No, she hasn't.
She won't give up the information?
I've seen it a couple times. I haven't seen. I got to watch the whole thing. I got to do a binge thing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you got to binge it.
I watched a couple of her episodes when we were casting, and she's just fantastic.
When you left show business, was it hard for you to watch TV or movies?
I didn't think about it much, but I didn't watch a lot.
Right.
So you're right. I mean, there was some connection there.
Yeah, because I mean,
What do you do when you don't watch movies or TV?
Yeah, because we couldn't function.
You try to synchronize your masturbation.
Yeah, that probably took you a long time to figure out.
I went in the desert for 7 years and figured out how to masturbate with Parkinson's.
Right, like if you're having a bad day with Parkinson's, you could actually like kind of smack your penis like with it, like with your hand and hurt it.
Let's put this puppy to work. Let's get this guy in the job.
Are you still involved in AA? Because if you're in it, I'll go just to see you.
I go to meetings every now and then. But
tell me what those meetings are. The more famous people like you too? A couple of famous people?
I can't.
You can't even say. But
it's supposed to be anonymous.
Give me a wink if there's famous people, and I'll just go check it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. I'll give you a call. I'll say, you don't believe who's here. Get down here right away. Bring your autograph book.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I want to just go to a cool meeting.
Take some selfies.
I remember when Sam Kinison was in AA, he'd come in the studio and start telling us who was at his meeting. And I go, Sam, you're not supposed to do that. He goes, they don't care. I go, no, they care.
Sam was amazing. I remember being at Sam's house one time, and it was above the Sunset Strip, and he was standing on the balcony. He had his arms crossed, and he said, it's like house sitting for God.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I was over at that same house, and he had a pool, and he couldn't believe he owned a pool, and he was actually renting that house.
Yeah.
And he looked at it, and I look at the pool, and there's steam coming off the pool like a tea kettle boiling.
Yeah.
And I go, Sam, what are you doing? He goes, I keep the pool at 100 degrees. I love it hot. And the whole pool, I mean, I can't even imagine the money that was being wasted going up in the air because it wasn't that warm in L.A. that time
It
of
looked like
year.
the cauldrons of hell.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Anyway, Michael J. Fox, check out the show, and you will see Michael with his hot wife playing his hot neighbor. And I hope she's nude in it, even though it is.
We worked on that. Next
hot
episode.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming in. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
So, Michael, I know you mentioned you run into Howard every now and again on the street, but to sit there across from him, watching him do his craft and interviewing you, did it differ from what you expected going into it?
It was really like sitting at the feet of God, of Buddha. He was great. Howard is a genius and a great guy, and it was really a pleasure to be on the show finally after all these years.
What do you think makes him such a great interviewer?
He's a great listener, and I mean that's the secret to it. And with all the stuff that he's doing, he's saying something. He's actually listening. He's got to calculating the last thing you said and figuring out what to say back, and it's always smart. And I'm just a fan.
Do you think he's misunderstood in the public eye?
I don't think he gives a shit. This is the way to go. You don't give a shit. No one has any control over you.
That's right.
You know, Back to the Future is my favorite movie. Love them, watch them every night. All through training camp.
You got a few TVs, so you can see in your house.
I like when the guy get rich. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get rich, get the sports book and get rich.
I have the sports book, and you win every fight.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, Jerry O'Connell stopped by, gave his thoughts on how much he loves the Howard Stern show, how when it's 2 days a week he doesn't know what to do. Also talked about when he talks about stuff on the show, does he get in trouble at home? A lot of that stuff, so that's what we talked about. That guy's wearing my shirt.
Jerry O'Connell returning to the wrap-up show. Love when you come down, Jerry. So JD will be on the red carpet with Beth tomorrow night at this premiere. What are the do's and don'ts, Jerry? What should JD? Is there anything he could do to make himself stand out, or should he blend into the background and let Beth take all the photos?
Listen, I got to tell you, I don't see you guys all the time, but from listening to the show, I was expecting JD to be a hot mess when I saw him. The guy looks fine. He looks great. He's like got a kind of hipster vibe going on with his frames and everything. I mean, it's I think he's going to be fine. It's going to be hysterical.
Who are you most shocked to see? I know you said you never met Lieberman before, right?
I couldn't believe Lieberman looked as young as he was. He sounds like a grizzled old veteran. And just everybody looks great. Like, if you listen to Howard, listen, I'm not breaking any news here. Howard's like weight obsessed, He talks about it a lot.
The guy who called during the show who accused him of being anorexic, and Howard got very upset.
No, I don't think Howard's anorexic. I just think he's someone who, he's a rock star, He's got that sort of, rock star body type to him, And I think he thinks everybody else should have his body type, and that's just not how... That's just not how people are.
Before you came on the show this morning, your weight came up. Robin was talking about the movie Stand By Me. She says she doesn't even think that you and the kid that were in the movie are the same person. She doesn't know how you got so good looking.
I mean, it's not that. I went through puberty. It just all changed. Wow, man. Well, how exciting to come up here, though, man. To just see, you get here at 6:30, and there's Ronnie, and he's just standing he looks like Walter White, and he's just standing there, just in the middle of the lobby, just hands crossed in front of him, and you just feel so safe when you're riding up with him, and it's just... It's so exciting to be a fan and come up here. It really is.
And Jerry does a very cool thing. He's been up a few times, but Gary, only a couple other people do this. You make it a point to say hi to everybody. You're very, very friendly. And
listen, I think I have to tell you, I think a lot of people come up here and they don't listen to the show, and that's okay. Some people don't listen to the show, and they don't understand that. Part of the cast, the stars of the show are not going to be in Studio 69. They're going to be, sitting at a desk. I wanted to see Jason in a sport coat. I wanted to see it all. I want to take it all in. I only get up here once every couple of years, so it's exciting for me.
Can I tell you what a fan Jerry is? Jerry walked into Scottsdale. He walked into the Black Cloud studio, and he saw Shuli's plug, which Fred is supposed to read, and he picked it up and he read it. So when you hear Shuli's plug this week, it's read by Jerry O'Connell.
Hilarious.
Oh, that's very cool. And did you enjoy your time with Howard?
I did. It's funny. You do for those listening, you do a pre-interview with Will. Okay, so you talk to Will a couple days before, and he obviously he doesn't. No offense to him, he's not Howard in the interviewing skills. No one is, and
that's not his job, by the way. His job is just to figure out what's going on and let Howard, figure out what to do with it.
Right, and I just know when you come into that show, look, all you got to talk about is. How are you having sex? How are you having sex? What porn are you watching? What positions are you doing? How often are you doing it? I know how this show goes, and there are guests who step it up. Even a huge star like Bradley Cooper comes in and just steps it up, just talks very privately. And when you get guests who don't talk like that, it's just get out of there, dude. Nobody wants you in there.
I thought today was one of your best appearances ever.
It's just I think you just listen to it for a while. It's funny. I also wanted to bring up the topic of, and this is awful, and I hate to do it, but the show not being on as much as it used to be, and I know we're coming off of the summer and Howard's got another job and I'm excited for him and all that, but it's I wanted to get a little more in depth on that,
But Howard is bringing up the point, and I'll make it for him because it is an important point. No matter whether Howard was doing AGT or not, he'd still be working the same amount of days.
Now, I have a question. Now that we're on the wrap-up show, I know he's contracted to do a number of days. This is I want to make sure I don't catch the wrath of Howard, but
me too.
Does it have anything to do with the lawsuit that happened? Is he just sort of doing a couple days here and a couple days there?
I don't think so.
Did anything change after that?
No,
lawsuit?
I think Howard 2.5 years ago negotiated. First contract was over. Second contract came around. Howard's like, you know what? I'm tired. It's hard for me to get up. If I'm going to do another 5 years, I'm going to do it on my terms.
Okay, let me ask something else because, I've given up Thursdays and Fridays. I understand that's not happening. What happened to back office radio? What happened? Why aren't you guys listen? When you did the FMEs and you guys did a live wrap up after those, that was awesome. I'm not a radio specialist, but I love live radio. I love knowing that you guys are in here talking about what's happening. Do you get my drift here?
Yeah, and there'll be more of that coming down the pike. I mean, I think we're just sort of reevaluating shows and doing stuff, but I think that you'll see more live radio coming.
So now, Thursdays and Fridays, okay? Geek time aside, why don't you guys come in here and do an extended wrap-up? Like, why don't you do a live show on Best of the Week? Like, why isn't it live?
It might be, but also one of the things that's important is that we work on the shows for the days that we're doing. It's important that we spend a lot of time getting at the reason why the guests are better
They're
is
amazing.
because we're putting a lot
Gary,
of work into it.
And by the way, I should have started this all off by saying the guests are incredible. I mean, it's incredible.
And it's a group effort, but I'm saying that we've made a real effort to do that, and that just takes time.
And you're asking things that are going to make you disappear.
These are all great questions.
I listen like everyone else.
I get it.
And I know I'm not alone. I read message boards. I know I'm not alone. And like, especially over the summer months, it's like, what the fuck is happening? Like, when is this coming back? Because you have to change. It's like it would be like pulling up to Starbucks in the morning and it's closed, and you're like, how am I going to do the rest of the day? Like, where am I? I have to go to the deli and get that shit coffee that they just drop a Sharpie in a pot of water. It's like it's not getting. Your routine is fucked with.
No, I get it. And you know what? I always say it's a testament to Howard that people feel that strongly about it. It's great. It would, the worst thing that could happen is people like not give a shit.
Let me ask you, Jerry, when Howard decides he's done, no more show, what are you going to do? Because it sounds like you plan your day around the show, so to speak.
I have to listen to something else. I mean, I'll be really interested to see where everyone here ends up. I hope you guys all stay.
Starbucks you go to.
I hope you guys all stay with the company. I mean, I foresee a.
I wonder if the company's interested in us after Howard's gone.
I can't imagine that they wouldn't be. I'm once again, I don't work in the radio industry, but I can't imagine that they would just let everyone go. I just think there's a built-in.
I actually could. Yeah. And I'm not being. Company treats us really good, but I think the feeling is Howard's a star, and when Howard's gone, I don't think they'll need us. What would we do?
I think I foresee a time when there's going to be 6 hours of Ronnie talking about cars.
But do you want to hear 6 hours of Ronnie?
These are jokes, Ronnie.
Do you want to hear 6 hours of Ronnie talking about cars if Howard's not there to comment on it tomorrow?
I was joking about Ronnie.
But I know what you're going for.
I just don't want the band to break up.
Neither.
I mean, and if Steve Perry was replaced. If
by a guy who doesn't speak English.
Oh man, that documentary's awesome. You should check it out. By the way, we're talking about Journey. But I would go see that guy in concert. I just hope that everybody's still around.
So how much do you listen to every day?
I'm a car guy. I have an hour commute each way, each day. And it's funny when you listen in the car. It's a real personal experience because it's like, first of all, it's Howard, so it's blue. I mean, the comedy, there's cursing. Sometimes there are racially racy things said. So you have to make sure your windows are up. You have to be careful of human resources and all that stuff.
Hey, that came up today on the show. Will you get any crap for admitting to jerking off at work?
I don't know. I haven't turned on my phone since I left. Am I going to get crap for it? I'm sure there'll be some jokes, but I'm
wondering about the crap he's going to get from his wife.
No, I mean, come on. Look, if you come on the show once again, it's like just do it or just go home.
But that always begs the question. I always wonder for somebody who's a super fan of the show and who's married to somebody who knows the show pretty well. When you tell Rebecca you're coming to do the show, are there any discussions?
Yes. And my wife says, just say what you want.
Really?
Yeah. Rebecca gets it. She's an old friend.
Good.
Yeah, it really is. It's a little dizzying when you first walk in there. A, because it's early. B, I'm on California time. C, it's just you're just meeting people that you're just seeing people in real life. It's crazy.
Ronnie, you loved hearing Jerry's stories about the porn they're watching, right?
Oh, it's awesome. I love it, man. Man after my own heart.
There we go. Thank you, Ronnie. Sadly, Ronnie, I should probably talk to you after the show. I haven't been able to make my wife squirt, so I should talk to you.
Yeah, you really should, man.
I should, man.
Just take a drink. It's good.
Jerry, does Ronnie know what he's talking about when it comes to these sex tips?
Oh, listen, Ronnie can say anything. He can read the phone book and I'll listen to it. I mean, the guy can do no wrong in my book.
I got to say something, John. I bring up a lot of people up here, a lot of guests. This guy is the coolest guest we've ever had.
What makes him the coolest?
Because he's so down to earth and he's such a fan. He's like, he could be on this show every day and hang out and be one of the guys.
Well, I mean, I'll have to talk to my agents about that. They might be a little upset with the pay cut, but I'll think about it.
Yeah, but think of all the fun you would have.
Listen, it would be the best. You kidding me? And unlike Benji, I would be on time.
That is the ultimate compliment Ronnie's giving you there. He doesn't say that much.
No, come on. Well, you know what? There's, I don't know what it's. Just,
how do you think you would do if we put you? Do you remember we had like Jimmy Kimmel and Jeff Probst and we did Superfan trivia?
Yeah.
How would you do on that?
You know, I got to tell you, I'm more of a satellite guy. While I listened, I'm from the tri-state area, so I listened growing up. I have to say, I really didn't get into the show until it came onto satellite, which I can't explain it. It was something different. It is something different. I mean, it kind of changed. It changed radio, didn't it? I mean, it's just it's impossible to listen to other radio shows now.
Well, your interview was much different, I'm sure, on Kelly and Michael, and would have been much different than the interview you would have done with us 8 years ago.
Actually, you'd be shocked. It was the same exact thing. They were really interested over there in the hearing what kind of porn Rebecca and I watch. And
did you give a shout out to you porn to the whole Kelly audience?
I did. I said everybody go and visit it. I can't believe it. I should be getting paid by this company. Come on.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I got to give O'Connell a lot of credit, Jerry. You know, you really are one of those guys. You're one of those fans. I was in a meeting and I saw you on that Michael Strahan and Kelly Ripa show.
Oh yeah.
And I turned on the radio. Next thing you know, you're back on. I got to give you a lot of credit for that.
Listen, it's really fun to come to the wrap up because when you're in there with Howard, you're not careful about what you say. You're on your best behavior, and I love the wrap-up show because it's people are allowed to say things. I'm not saying people are controlled around Howard, but you're on your best behavior. Everyone in this room is, right?
I find the wrap-up show, for some reason, less people like you, less like guests, and more like people that work here. For the longest time, people come down to the wrap-up show as if Howard's not going to hear what's being said. Well, that's my favorite thing about the wrap-up show.
Gary, don't give it away.
No, well, it's not, you're not in the presence of greatness.
People come down here and grow balls.
For me, it's 100% true. I'm not as comfortable in the studio as I am in here. And it's, I think for me, it makes it more fun.
Yeah. And by the way, Benji, it's a joy to hear you on the wrap-up show because, and sometimes Howard's right in shutting you down. You don't want to go into the Benji vortex, but, it's just fun to hear everybody here. It's like you don't have to go to therapy after doing a show.
You're one of those guys who you like the more peripheral the character, the more fun for you. Like, who do you think is the most peripheral person you know on the show?
Oh, that's cool.
Like, do you know our director?
Sure.
Do you know who this guy is? Like, right there running the board?
No, it's not Teddy.
No,
but it would have been where Teddy is.
And you do know that it's not Teddy, so that says something.
Right. Could you pick Ben Bardo out of a lineup?
No,
Howard can't do that.
That's Al Ragone, by the way.
I don't know people's faces.
That's true.
I want to tell an amazing Howard story that I didn't get to today. This summer, I did something for CBS, which is the show We Are Men. That's what it's on. And it was this summer. And Robin Thicke was doing the appearance with me. And they brought me to a room, and there was Robin Thicke.
Just before or after he'd done our show?
This is after.
Okay.
And here's a guy, arguably the biggest star of that month, right? I mean, the biggest song, all that stuff. And it was right after he had done his interview, maybe a couple days after here on the show. And here's a guy I would have nothing in common with. I'm not in the music industry. I'd heard his song, but I don't really know a lot about him. And he sort of nodded at me, and I nodded at him, just sort of a polite, like, oh, hey, another person nod. And I sat down next to him and I went, hey, man, I listened to you on Howard. And we talked it's amazing how Howard brings people together. I'll be in line at the post office and I'll just hear him back at me like, Baba Booey. And I'll turn around and then have a half-hour conversation about how the show's only on 2 days a week.
On Tuesday's wrap-up show, we were in Studio 21 talking about what it takes to be a good father. And we all know what a great father I am.
The one thing I will always say about Mad Dog is he's got more energy than almost any guest that comes on this show.
Well, he's passionate. And he's as passionate about how the Patriots are handling Hernandez or what's going on with A-Rod as he is about how many push-ups he can do or going to see Bruce Springsteen 150 times.
Yeah, he's always fired up. He's always high energy. And I liked how he talked about, the new deal he has, what happened, how he took a pay cut, how he made up for it with the MLB show that he's got. And even if you're not a sports fan, I think you have to be charmed by the energy that Russo brings to the table.
But he did get into a moment that for me was so enjoyable, where he just was yelling about everything. He was yelling about the Patriots. He was yelling about JD. Come on, what are you doing?
That's Mad Dog. That's what he made his bones with.
By the way, he's one of the nicest guys that comes up here.
Yes.
And not like a bullshit guy. He doesn't listen to the show every day. He admits that. He loves Howard. He loves the energy of being up here, and he really appreciates getting a shot on the show.
Well, he respects the hell out of Howard.
Definitely.
You can tell. And he's no longer doing a 5-hour show. He's doing a 3-hour show, and he's asking Howard, like, how do you do it? Like 5 hours every day or 4 hours every day. It's a lot with
He had a great line. I don't know if he said this on the air or off the air. I think he said it on the air. He said, doing 5 hours on satellite is like doing 30 hours on terrestrial.
Yeah. And he starts asking Howard about AGT, and Howard's like, why are you giving me AGT advice? And
then he was insistent.
Oh, yeah.
You got to do it. That's okay. Just do it.
Well, that's what makes him a good sports talk radio host. But later on, he said that he didn't know what grade his 8-year-old was in, and that begs the question, what makes a good father? And do you think Chris, from what you know, is a good father?
Well, Will brought up a point. Can you give me a list of the people who are admittedly bad fathers?
No one will say they're a bad
right.
father. Well, maybe
after you'll hear people say it after.
I wish I was there more.
Right, but nobody while they're being a father says, you know what, I'm a really shitty father.
That's true.
But I was telling Howard, even Shaq's father, who gave him away, goes, I don't know why Shaq doesn't talk to me anymore.
But there are good fathers, and there are average fathers, and then there are Archie Manning fathers.
Oh, my God. We should talk about there was a special on 30 for 30 on ESPN. Archie Manning might be the greatest father that ever lived. He's just like, you got to watch a special. They don't replay those, do they?
Sometimes they do. It's called The Book of Manning. It's on ESPN's, various channels. But, yeah, I mean, talk about a great dad. But Howard's dad, is that a great father?
I think that Howard and his dad have a better relationship now than they did growing up. There was a period of time where Howard's source of jokes were that his father, seemed disinterested. I mean, the great story is that they went to throw the ball once. Howard hit his father on the ball, and he's like, I'm out of here.
Do you think Ben Stern was a great father, Benji?
If what Howard says is true, if that was how he felt growing up, then no. I think it's sad that he wasn't. It sounds like Howard really loves his parents, but it sounds like he wasn't. If that's how Howard felt, I don't know how much is exaggerated though.
The other thing is you got to put. It's so easy to comment on that now. Well, you got to put it in the time frame. Right. He might have been the best dad that he could have been in that era.
Yeah, no, I don't. But I think there might be some exaggeration, but maybe then Howard would say, "Listen, my dad had he had a fucking fight to make a good living, to give us a home, and that." Unfortunately, put him in those, in a bad mood, and
Yeah, I mean, echoing both your points. I mean, for a long time, the father's role was to quote unquote bring home the bacon, and then when they got home, that was time to have your Rob Roy and relax, and let the wife deal with the kids. And in some families, that's changed quite a bit. In others, it hasn't. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing necessarily, but it's a different type of parenting.
I started watching Mad Men with Mary, and we stopped watching after the 3rd or 4th episode because she was so irritated by it. Have you watched Mad Men at all, Benji?
Nah.
After there's a scene in there that this explains how the whole show runs. The guy sends his wife to a shrink, right? And the episode ends where the shrink calls the husband to tell him all the shit the wife said, and that was just sort of the way it was.
Well, oh, you mean to like?
The shrink calls up the husband
to report on her?
Yeah.
Oh,
he goes, you have a very sick woman on your hands. She's very this, she's very that. But she wasn't sick. She was just, dealing with some shit. But it was, and nobody would blink an eye about that. Now they would.
Well, DePace thinks he's a great dad. Others beg to differ. How do you qualify what makes a great dad?
Again, I think I'm a good dad. I don't think I'm a great dad. People say I'm a great dad. I think I'm a great dad in the pool of people I'm dealing with. I think I'm a good dad, but I mean, you have to have a lot of I think having discussions with your kids and them having the ability to be able to come to you and tell you stuff. You can't be their friend. You can be their friend a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're their father. It's always a fine line to walk. But I think that I have a lot of conversations with my kids. And I think I give them pretty good advice, and I think they trust me. But who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
I said to my, I will guarantee you that my mother and father growing up thought they did an amazing job. And I thought in no way, shape, or form could they imagine what I would have, talked about in a book. And I say to Mary all the time, like, when our kids write a book, if they ever read a book, what would they say? And she's like, I don't know. But it got to be something, right?
Look, you give it your best shot, obviously. But a lot of parents, I won't say just dads now, but parents, put their kids before themselves, in which case, whatever the kids want to do, that's what we're going to do. Others believe that, no, we're going to do this, and the kids are going to kind of tag along with that.
And then I think in the middle lies it should be somewhere in the middle. You shouldn't do everything your kids want to do. They should understand that, things are earned, but you should be there for them a lot of the time. I find it falls right in the middle.
Hey, John, I've never gotten a sense of your relationship with your parents.
What do you mean?
You haven't?
Really?
No. I know you love them and like have a family relationship. Are you close with them?
Yeah, I have a good relationship with my parents.
John, I can tell you that John has John and his dad are very close.
Oh, cool.
My parents are also very young, relatively young. My mom had me when she was 20 or 21. My dad was 23. So it's a different type of relationship growing up. Whereas I know a lot of, if you're in your 30s or 40s when you have your kids, there's more of a divide there.
John, how old are you again?
I'm 46.
Okay, so John and I are 6 years difference, right? The big record growing up in my house was the Harry James Orchestra. The big record growing up in his house was Carole King's Tapestry.
That's true.
That's a huge difference in age.
Now, speaking of avid baseball fans and great dads, 𝗦𝗵cie now joining us here on the wrap-up.
Yes,
show.
absolutely.
What brings you here, my friend?
I heard you were talking about my parenting skills. I'm not sure what it was, but
No,
we actually weren't.
We weren't.
Oh,
I'm glad you're here for it. We were just talking about what makes a good dad because Christopher Russo didn't know what grade his child was in. He knew how old he was, but he didn't know how grade he's in. And what do you think makes a good dad?
Oh, God.
Don't say just being you. I mean, I'm being serious here.
I mean, I think a good dad is someone who is involved in the child's life and who is a friend to the kid, who's a parent to the kid, who teaches them right from wrong, teaches them sport. There's a lot. There's a lot of great things.
Scott, can I tell the story that Scott had a really funny conversation last week? There's a bit coming up on the air. I think it's Columbus Day. It's going to be who's the better father. So I'm bringing in Lucas. He's bringing in Kyle. And it's going to be, almost like a newlywed game thing. Who knows their kid better? So I said to Scott, I said, can you bring your kid in and everything? And I said, what's the game? And I go, who knows your kid better? And Scott laughed and he goes, I don't really talk to my kid.
I was joking.
You don't talk to your kids?
Of course I do, all the time. We play video games all the time.
But do you know them? Do you know who they are?
Well, if you're
Absolutely.
friends with your sons, does it make it tough when you got to, tell them no or, you got to draw that line?
No, they know who the hard guy is in the house. Like if they want to get an extra cookie, they go to Pam. If they, if they don't, they go to me.
Do you use any physical retribution with your kids or no?
No. I haven't. I would. when they get older, maybe. Let's say they do something like steal or do something really wrong. Yeah.
Would you punch
them? I wouldn't have a problem with that's weird. No, I would never punch them. But
so what would you do? You can't spank a 17-year-old.
I was trying. Yeah, that is wrong. So maybe like when if they're 9 and they steal, then I think I would spank them. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you don't spank. You said right.
Never
John, you don't.
touch my kids.
We have daughters, so you spank.
No, I never have.
Really?
I'm just saying.
I don't
they
think
did
that's
something
cool.
really
I think
wrong.
a dad with son should spank occasionally.
There was a friend of mine, whenever you heard his dad mention the middle name, so he'd say, Johnny Mitch, get up to your room. We would all be out there playing baseball, and we would just hear the belt come out and whack, whack,
the
whack.
belt. Don't you think that's the most horrendous thing you've ever heard?
Exactly. The kid, he learned.
Now, as a dad, do you feel...
he learned to hit his kid.
As a dad, do you feel like, okay, the kids want to do this, so I'm going to do that? Or is it this is what I want to do, and the kids are going to follow me?
There's definitely times when the kids want to do something like play a game of Monopoly that I don't want to do, and I'll get out of it somehow.
What's wrong with Monopoly?
It sucks. It's the most boring game ever, especially with
it never
kids.
ends.
Yeah, exactly. If you play with a bunch of adults or people who understand what the values of the properties are, yeah, it's fun.
You could teach
but
your
kids. It's
that,
like
though.
I could win in a second. I'd be like, you give me Boardwalk, and I'll give. It's not fun.
You can teach them what a mortgage is. You can have them learn all that great stuff.
Right now I'm busy doing my son's homework. I'm not doing it, but helping him do his homework, and he just wants me to give him the answers, and I'm always.
Do you find yourself? I'm helping out with homework that's like past me. So like I'm on the internet looking for the answers half the time.
I always wonder, and I love him, but I always wonder how Sal helps his kids with homework. Because you got to figure he doesn't know half the answers or how to do it. And he's told me before he's learned with his kids in like second grade as they've learned this kind of stuff. I just don't know if it sticks.
You know what the biggest thing I'm dealing with now? Every time Lucas and I get in the car, he wants to put on the EDM channels I hear, the electronic dance music channels. And some of the time, some of it, he's turned me on to some stuff that I sort of like, but there's just some days I'm just not in the mood, but it's like such a big deal to him, and I let him. And then some days, if we're on a long car ride, I'm like, all right, you got 20 minutes, now I get 20 minutes. Put on the 80s channel.
I'll put on classic vinyl, and they get pissed off, and then they want Hits 1. So my kid he'll program all the stations to be Hits 1 when I'm not looking.
Oh, you guys have no idea what it's like.
You're saying that BPM is way better than Taylor Swift? You like Taylor Swift?
I've reached a compromise. I'll get to Tay-Tay in a second, but I've reached a compromise where I'll listen to the Blend and the Pulse. Those are two that I can stomach. But if they put on Hits 1 or that countdown or that crap, I turn it off immediately.
Joe,
I can't listen to it.
What's the in your whole life with the 2 daughters? What's the event that was like really almost intolerable that you had to sit through for a long time? Whether it be like Disney on Ice or a concert, what was
Dance
it?
recital.
Well, you know, dance recitals are different because you know they're going to be bad and your kid's involved. You mean like attending a concert, that kind of thing? Well, first of all, when I go, I would bring my iPod and I'd put my headphones in so I didn't have to hear it. But the worst one was probably the Hannah Montana Jonas Brothers concert. But the crazy thing was, when the Jonas Brothers went up, you look around, and it wasn't the kids. Right. It was the moms who were way into the Jonas Brothers, and they were like 14, 15 years old. But I remember sitting there and looking down on the floor and seeing another dad, and we kind of locked eyes, and we were just like, oh boy, like we just got to. But that's something that I did for my girls.
Do you ever have dads that are like too into it and like you're kind of like weirded out by it?
There's some of them too, but I won't talk to them.
John and I talked about this, and there's a video. It used to be on a VHS cassette. It was Barney live from New York, from Radio City. And the thing that's funny about it is, you watch it 1,000 times because your kid would just hit rewind. And some of the moms who are in the video are acting like they're at a Bruce show. They're standing on their seat and they're like the wheels on the bus go round and round, and they're like pumping their fists, and you're like, it's not for you, it's for the 2-year-old.
Take that to another level with the Jonas Brothers. They were singing along. These moms were screaming at the Jonas Brothers.
I am lucky. I'm a lucky man.
Kind of freaked me out.
Have your kids asked to go to any concert yet?
We went to like Diego or whatever the hell, and that was torturous. But
you weren't singing along with Dora?
No, I don't do too much of that crap. Pam will do that stuff. we have our, I do all the baseball stuff. She does the crappy stuff. I mean, she does that stuff.
Do you ever have to do crappy stuff? Like, do you and Pam ever switch?
I mean, like I said, I went to Diego. I remember watching a lot of crappy movies with our kids. A lot of the animated stuff. And I don't know. Boys are easy. You had a terrible life, John.
What would you have done with that? I would call it terrible. But what are you doing? Like, if you had daughters, could you handle it? Like, do you think you'd be able to go to the dance recitals and do that kind of stuff?
I guess it would be different if it was mine. But sitting through the other 2 hours of everyone else's kids, it would be awful.
I see Scott with daughters being the quintessential TV dad. The daughter's like, I think something's going on in my body. Oh, call your mom. Don't want to know about it.
I agree with that. Video game wise,
I don't even know if I could change a girl's diaper. I think that would be weird.
Why couldn't you?
Odd. I don't know. I'd just be like, come on. Like, I don't know.
There's less in the way. I mean, it's easier than changing a boy's diaper, I would think.
What do you mean? Because it's like you'd feel to be inappropriate?
Well, like sort of in a way. Like I know it's not, but at the same point, I sort of would just be like, God, I don't even want to know. And no.
That's not. That's something you should look into.
Well, maybe.
Because that's not a. I'm not saying no. I'd be
afraid of getting the kids sick and so like if you.
How would you get them sick?
If you wipe the wrong way.
Oh yeah.
Can't you get an infection down there and shit like that?
Yeah, so you'd want to wipe the correct way.
You're a smart guy.
I know I'd get over it, but right now, not having any girls.
Well, you should get a little infant girl for you to take care of.
Bob Saget actually does a very funny bit about that. That's so filthy, I won't even repeat it here.
One last question before we take a break. Are you a Grand Theft Auto guy now? That just came out. That's like sold a ton of copies.
No, that's never my thing. But JD put a nice video up yesterday. Did you see that one? Where the two kids were fighting over the last copy of Grand Theft Auto, and they had a big fist fight in like a Walmart.
Do your kids want to play it? Do your boys want to play it?
No, they're into Halo, and I'm into Battlefield. And then we both will play some sports games, baseball and football.
Do you guys have any kind of moral problem with Grand Theft?
Yes, but you can't win. GTA 5 is a huge thing in my house right now. Lucas is on it night and day.
Because it glorifies like
he's a thug,
right?
Lucas.
Yeah, he's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed thug from Connecticut. It is, but it's you can control it. I mean, I could say don't do it. When you have older brothers, right? There's a lot of stuff that they're doing that you can't keep the younger kid away from. It's just part of it. So, like, that's always been around. But we have conversations about it. But don't come down to the table and say, hey, I just pulled off a heist. I ran over some guys and, got the gold.
But see, you guys have you played it at all or no?
I've seen it. I mean, I know I'm not stupid. It's not like I don't know what's going on there.
I mean, from Battlefield and Halo, when you pull a sniper rifle out and shoot someone right between the eye and you feel it and boom, and you see the guy drop to the ground, it's you get something out of that. And I can only imagine what running over someone in a car is like.
You can also get lap dances in Grand Theft Auto 5, by the way.
Would you have any different in comfort level between that and, like, porn?
Well, the only thing with porn is I would say it's not like, oh, my God, if he sees it's going to fuck him up forever. I don't know that he's ready for it mentally. And, I mean, what kid is.
He's ready.
I mean, do you think he has?
I would think so. Yeah, I mean, listen, at 15, were you looking at some version of porn? You know, whether it be magazines.
I remember we had a magazine, me and my buddies, that we had in the woods, but I don't know how old I was.
I think by the time you're 15, I mean, I remember being like 12 or 13 and finding my cousin's Super 8 movies and just holding up to the light, you know, with my. But I mean, yeah, I'm sure that's going on, but but it's not something I would be like, oh, that's cool, do what you want.
We're probably like the last generation, like if they do digs, of people that have like magazines hidden in the woods,
like physical hidden stashes.
Yeah,
I actually no longer haven't for ages. Even in my office, I had a whole stack of them. And Richard and Sal went down this way too. I'm completely purged of DVDs, of porn DVDs.
It's a digital age. On Wednesday's wrap-up show, we talked about Robin returning to the studio after a year and a half and how great it was to see her. And then the conversation quickly turned to JD coming off his big night last night. No, not watching the Pirates and the Reds, but attending the movie premiere with Beth and making sure that everything was okay with Howard's wife. Here's how that conversation went. The big story is Robin Quivers returns to the studio. And was it awkward having Robin back after, 18, 19 months? I don't even know how long it was.
Oddly not, because it just was, every day I heard her, it didn't sound any different. And I saw her in this, so when I looked at the monitor, I saw her instead of nothing. When she came in this morning, there were like lots of hugs and lots of hellos. But once she's in the booth, she sort of, it's almost like being locked into the seat of the rocket ship. She's in there for the duration of the flight.
For us, it was great for television because for a while now, I haven't had a camera shot of her, so I didn't have a lot to cut to. And now all of our shots had to change again, and we had to, I could actually be a little creative. It was awesome.
Hello, Robin. Goodbye, Blotchy Benji. Were you doing cutaways of Benji?
Yeah, exactly. Benji and Fred were my cutaways.
Was she happy to see Benji?